HCTV Sports is supported by
Merchants Bank. Merchants Bank is committed to supporting the families and businesses at the heart of their communities. Merchants Bank, let's dream together.
Making the play. He gets a pin. Raiders are clawing their way back in this game.
Just snipes one.
It's over. Save. Oh my God!
Did you see that?
Great diving play.
He's hit a touchdown. Hastings Raiders win the ball game. Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Two Rivers High School in West St. Paul. It's football on a Friday night here in Minnesota. You can't beat that. Sun is shining. The rain was out earlier. A rainbow off to our left. Maybe the Raiders will find the pot of gold tonight at the end of this one. Nick Tuckner and Jerry Rupp here, the dynamic duo back again. And we haven't been up here together in a couple of years, buddy. A couple of games we have been up here. They've been kind of fun.
We had fun. The last time we were here was a Saturday afternoon. We sat right down there. It felt like a college atmosphere. They had a little thing going out there in a parking lot. Just man, it was great atmosphere for football that day. And tonight, we're talking about a gorgeous night. I mean, you look at it. We had some rain down in Hastings when we were getting out of there around 5 o'clock-ish, but the rain is all gone. You don't see a cloud in the sky right now right above us. I mean, the sun is shining. This is Friday night football right here. This is so exciting. The temperature's great. It's hitting weather, baby.
It's ready to go here from Two Rivers. As I mentioned, the rainbow off to our left, just kind of keeping us in the festive mood. It's going to be a good weekend, too, folks. Supposed to be gorgeous all weekend. Eat it up, folks. Get outside. This is the best time of the year to do it. Hopefully you all are able to enjoy it after this game here tonight. But for now, two rivals going at it here as we're also alive with the HCTV and SCCTV as well. And we are set, actually Town Square TV tonight as well. So thank you very much for all tuning in to us, whether you're on the radio or on a picture screen. We are ready to rock and roll. Johan Rova-Hegner will boot it away for the Raiders, and he will stuff it down towards the goal line. It'll go in for a touchback and another one for Johan, and he really has shown that foot. And boy, Coach Drain and I talked about that at the coaches show after the game last week, is the fact that just like Jack Sieben the last couple of years, he adds a giant X factor to our game.
Yeah, that's huge. He kicked that ball to his left, and he kind of kicked away from the deep receiver, and it just kind of scooted. It stayed in bounds, which is nice, and got in the end zone. So, stop him. And, Two Rivers starts out now at the 20-yard line instead of perhaps getting a big return. That's huge when we can have no returns.
So different than the NFL now and the way they do things. I don't have enough time to explain what that business is. More on that later. Let's put a couple of men in motion here. Raiders also send an end around to the right side now to protect. Pass quick onto the right side from Toronto Villa is caught, breaking some tackles out right side in front of the Raider bench until Hastings Lucas Pellinger pulls him down. A big gainer of 20 plus and a first down here early on for Two Rivers.
Yeah, the Raiders had a mismatch there. They went unbalanced. They came over towards the right side of the line, and they left the slot back uncovered. So basically, it was just a nice little toss to the flats, and there was a receiver out there to block our D-back, and there was no one else to take the slot guy, and that attributed to that 25-yard gain.
Drew Altavilla wears the number 2 under center. Offset I formation to the right side as they hog the right hash. And here's Altavilla handing off in the backfield, was trapped, steps around one, and gets to the right side, enough for 2, maybe 3 yards on the first down carry. We'll get the number here in just a moment. As getting up off the bottom of the pile is 26, Jaden Kinsel Arredondo, I'm sorry. Boy, that's going to be a tough one tonight.
Yep.
But he definitely ran it tough, and I think that's what he gives in that added dimension. To the
Arredondo, he's a good back. He definitely brought it there. He made contact at the line of scrimmage and fought forward for another 4 yards.
They're going to go gun here. Altavilla out of the shotgun. One back to the left-hand side, and that's Arredondo. Looking to pass and is offside, off his back foot, passes up. That's going to be caught at the 32-yard line by Johnny Lagerman. And that's a name that I remember from last year as he was a sophomore making plays all over the field. There, Loggeman, a big catch, 5'9", 175 for the junior wide receiver. Nice connection from Altavilla.
Nifty little route there. Lagerman just kind of went down and found a little soft spot, little cushion in the coverage, and just kind of did a down and out. And with the rollout is a perfect pitch and catch and a nice easy completion.
Just underway here at Two Rivers High School. Warriors driving right to left on your radio dial and TV screen. Under center, Altavilla. He's got one back behind him, and the handoff goes to Delfino Mancha, and he was trapped in the backfield, thrown backwards. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all Jerry Ruppin. A great play in the backfield by Alton Majetic, a kid that we know is going to be big time on both sides of the football.
Yeah, nice job. He almost, it was very slippery, that running back, but he got a hold of Jersey and spun him around and would not let him go, and yeah, it was no gain. So they're lucky they got back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
Tommy Orth's always had that thunder and lightning in the backfield, hasn't he? He's always had that one really shifty guy and a guy that can run you right over.
Yep.
And back in the backfield is Mancha again, the 5'8", 160, kind of a scat back. He's only a sophomore. Left hash out of the shotgun, Altavilla. He's back to pass. Quick shot over the middle. That's open, wide open. Two caught at the 30 to the 27 or thereabouts. Still not enough for a first down. It'll be third down and short. But a nice grab there nonetheless from Rory Schuler, the 6-foot junior.
That's a nice catch there. Just came across from the right to the left. Just kind of got past the linebackers and got in that little seam there. One of the things the Raiders need to do is when they have those men that are at the end there, they're uncovered. You've got to chuck that guy. You got to slow him down. He came off unopposed, and and I think the defensive coaches will see that and say we need to chuck him and just slow him up a bit.
Make sure you give him a bump.
Yeah, get off their rhythm.
Yep, just slow him down any way you can. That might put the quarterback enough off tempo for another play and hopefully a fourth down. Right now 3rd and 5 in a close formation. Here's Altavilla handing off, and they will give it back up the middle, churning, but not going to get the first down here will be Mancha.
Yeah, that was a good job by Raiders defense. We had 4 guys in there who were doing a gang tackle. So you're right, they held him to 4th down. Now it's 4th and 2 in decision time, and they're going to go.
I believe they gave that to Lucio, not Mancha there, and they're going to quick get to the line. Under center, 4th down and 2. Barking out the calls, Altavilla. He will hand off up the middle, off right, finds a seam very close. I think he's got the first down. Looks like he's close to the 20, Jared. That would move the chains.
I would agree. Yep, he just got right off between the guard and tackle there on the right side of the line and just found just a little bit of seam. Doesn't need much because he's not a real big guy. Just kind of slid right in there and got that extra, 2-3 yards.
Mancha kind of out of the, woodwork of Alvin Kamara, right?
Yeah.
More of a quick back, quick timeout. Raiders, I agree. You kind of should here because you've had pretty much unabated action coming from I was going to call him Henry Sibley, the Two Rivers Warriors. It's hard to change something after you've known a team for 35 years that way, but it really is probably a good timeout to say, all right, guys, we got our backs against our end zone. Let's find a way to bend but not break.
Yep, let's figure it out here. We had a couple of mistakes there with blown coverage and this, getting guys in that zone there where there's no way to cover them.
HCTV Sports is supported by
Merchants Bank. Merchants Bank is committed to supporting the families and businesses at the heart of their communities. Merchants Bank, let's dream together.
Defense has to be better here now because right away as we've started this ball game, it's been quite a bit of runs, but some passes really have opened up those running lanes because you get those quick couple of hitters over the middle like that. That does a wealth of good for your run game.
Well, you think about it, they've got 50 yards in passing on this series, so they've really opened it up with that passing game.
Got some big dudes on the line too. Johnny Kiro, 6 foot 300, playing guard.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Oh boy! All right, now here is Altavilla under center, one back behind him. Quick pass out right side, wide open. Breaking a tackle is Lonnie West to the 5 to the 3, and he's out of bounds. Double tackle there, if you want to say. Chuck Wagner got in there along with another Raider and Matt Foss. So quick out, boy, he found room, and there he went.
Well, and that's the same play they ran from the 20 when they got a 25-yard gain. There's an imbalance there. That slot back or the back there. He's wide open. There's no one to cover him. There's just a mismatch on numbers.
Altavilla hands off, and that's a touchdown for Delfino Mancha.
I think they're short.
Oh, they're going to say he's short. He did not make it. Raiders, arch their backs a little bit
there
here.
You go, fellas, find your teeth. Let's growl a little bit.
Yeah, keep him out of here.
Get low and fire through.
A lot of quick stuff. A lot of get to the line, let's move.
Yep, no chance for the Raiders to make any kind of adjustments. Just get in there and hit it.
That big line. My goodness.
Yeah, some big fellas out there.
Altavilla under center again. Mancha the deep back. Man in motion 2, actually. Opens up left side now for Mancha to go through, and he will go in, but there's a flag on the play. For right now, it's a 1-yard touchdown run for Delfino Mancha, but I don't know if it's going to be against the Raiders or if it's going to be against the Two Rivers Warriors.
We'll take that. That's good for Raider Nation.
Hey.
Little extra movement there before the snap.
I like this.
Anything we can get, right? At this point, we need some positivity. We'll take that. Push them back a little bit.
Well, you push them back and push them back again and force a kick and block. There's so many things that can still happen on this drive. I know they're at the 6-yard line, but they still have to get it in there, don't they? They got to get into the red.
Correct. That's correct. That's so.
Until they're there.
Yep. You got 6 yards to get in there, so it's until it's across the goal line.
Let's go, boys. Trying to bow the necks down by the goal line. Call it the 5 officially. 2nd down for Two Rivers. Altavilla back under center. Puts a couple of guys in motion. He's moving a lot of guys. Skripik, one of them. And now they're going to fake the handoff. Roll off left. He's got plenty of room to run it if he wants to. And he's going to be in for a touchdown.
Yep.
That's a 5-yard touchdown run for Drew Altavilla, the junior quarterback, with 7:33 to go. And it's 6-0. Two Rivers.
Trent Nassam was trying to run him down, but he just didn't have the speed. And, when you have a quarterback, sometimes a quarterback and the D-man, it's a mismatch in speed. And he had the angle out there, plenty of room, and it just too much real estate to try to make up.
It's kind of snuck in there. And that's the way it goes.
Well, and the other thing too, to Two Rivers credits, their receivers were all blocking. They're holding their blocks, tying up any kind of D-backs that couldn't get back to recover.
Mason Boykin's been kicking for what seems like forever for Two Rivers, and he'll just put one through like he's used to. And like I said, Boykin's been around for quite some time now. And it makes it 7-0. Two Rivers, not the start the Raiders want nor need. It did take up some clock here. And again, Coach Strain and I mentioned, if we're going to give up points, Two Rivers is going to have to earn it. But still, that's only 4.5 off the clock. We got to, again, bow it a little bit better. Too many chunk plays there, Jer.
Well, and those 2 plays where they had the slot back and to throw an easy pitch and catch out there, and they had the up guy was blocking. They had a mismatch in numbers for the Raiders on defense. They got to figure that one out, because that play is going to kill them if they don't figure that out and get a man on man in that slot. You can't shift over to the strong side because that guy is wide open.
Guys like Torrey Holt, guys like Cordero Patterson, Percy Harvin, for you Vikings fans, they made a living of doing that, Jerry. And when you're that dangerous, you cannot give them more than a yard, because that yard's a step, and one step can be to beat any D-back.
Literally, that slot back had no one within 15 yards of him. And so they hit him, and now he's at all that open field and nobody on that side except for the one corner, and that corner is being tied up by the up receiver.
Raiders just got to, again, put it together. You got to solve the problem before the problem gets you. And right now, the Raiders definitely in that mold, down 7-0. We did that, though, for 4 quarters last week. We don't want to get into that habit here in week 2. So here we go. Going to get a kick here. It's not going to be, it is Boykin. Right to left, end over end kick. Raiders, Cole Zion takes it at the 8. To the 10, 15, 20 up the middle, 25, 30, 35, get outside, goal and go! Midfield, 40, 35, 30, bumped out of bounds, and Cole Zion so elusive and tough.
That was the play we needed for the kickoff return, and he did exactly what I've been talking about for all these years. You need to attack and a slash at the line. That's what he did. He attacked right up the gut, didn't do any dancing around with his feet. You found that seam and took off, made one man miss and got an extra 30 yards out of it. Finally got pushed out of it. Well, they pushed him out at the 30, but that's a great return, great setup for the Raiders here. 1st and 10 from Two Rivers 30-yard line.
Great kickoff return. He ended up gaining about 60 on that kickoff return. Dick will have more of those stats later on. Raiders out of the gun. 2 men in motion. Got to watch it. Pitch out. Zion 30. Carries a man to the 25. Gains about 4.5, but hey, good on first down. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah,
here.
we'll take that. The time was just a little bit off. His linemen were just about 5 more yards downfield than they needed to be, but they were down trying to get some blocks, and Cole just wasn't quite tucked up to him yet. But that, like you said, 4 yards on the first down. We'll take that play.
I know it's only a drive and a half, but you can already tell that this is not Owatonna. Not taking anything away from Two Rivers, but that's how good that Owatonna team was. They just made you not be able to breathe from the start. Here's a quick out. Foss has his man Cloutier, and he's got wheels too. 20, first down, carries a man, 18. Hey, we're moving it.
I tell you what, Matt Foss made that play over there because he was the receiver, and he was doing his blocking, holding his block, and making sure that we could get out there and get that first down yardage.
18-yard line, the spot is. Jerry and I both have been attacked by frogs in the last 2 minutes.
Yikes. I think I got Dorito chips.
Doritos? You didn't share with me.
Don't tell anybody.
You're not nice. Out of the shotgun. Here comes Foss again. Left hash, man in motion. Give the jet. Cloutier gets the ball right back. Nice block! 15 to the 10. Outside. 5, 3, 2, 1. That's about all we got here, but we were really close. It's going to be first and goal from the 1, and again, some shifty work from Jack Cloutier.
Very nice job. Now, that time he made a smart decision because he was trying to go end around, and our receiver actually was blocking out. He was sealing to the outside. He recognized that and cut up inside, found that little seam, and got an extra 10 yards.
Think they watched tape?
You think?
You think? People think. Hey, does tape really matter? Well, that just showed you it does. Out of the gun, Raiders with it. Outside the 3. Give to Zion. In for the touchdown. Touchdown, Hastings Raiders. 7-6. Cole Zion finds the end zone for his first touchdown of the 2024 season, and the Raiders second as a team.
He darn near got untouched. He had a little slap on the elbow, and that was it on the way in. And I tell you what, when you have a return like that, a kick return down to the 30-yard line, you make that short field, you are running downhill in a hurry. And that's just what the Raiders did, just pounded them downhill.
That felt so good. And I'm not talking about just scoring. That whole drive, even though set up short field from special teams on through to the score, textbook. Kick, Johan, put it back into the KDWA studios, and that's a point. 7 apiece here, and Jerry Rupp. This is the Raider team we know we can see on a daily basis. If we put everything together, that was perfect. Like I said, from special teams through the drive, that's how you do it.
You were saying, too, about watching tape. A lot of the plays last week with Owatonna, we found that middle linebacker, inside linebacker was slashing through, and he wasn't being picked up by the backside or the weak side guard. Now I think the Raiders saw that, and are making a better job of getting over there and picking up that man slashing through, which gives your runner a chance to develop something out there and not get picked off 5 yards in the backfield.
And so far, the Raider blocking has been the story. I mean, last week we saw him get better. We saw things start to work. Raiders get into the film room. You figure out, conversely, what maybe Two Rivers was giving up last week. And it wasn't a lot, but it was a couple of times in the run game.
Well, and what I'm seeing right now and what I did not see last week is they are holding their blocks tonight, not just tapping a guy and moving on to somebody else. They're holding their blocks.
Finishing the play as an offensive lineman. And Rova Hegner, another touchback. I know it's close, but for some reason, I mean, just knowing how he kicks the soccer ball, that was a planned deal. I mean, he said, okay, I got this, into the corner. Nobody's going to touch it. That's twice, no. They're going to have to start at the 20.
That's just it. And that, like you said, it's a planned deal. When he puts it over there, the same spot 2 times in a row, that's not happenstance. He definitely is doing that on purpose. And he is able to keep it in bounds. And the thing literally scooted right at the corner of the end zone there. So great job stopping that return, like what burned Two Rivers when we got that huge return. We're not allowing them to get a big return.
That's going to make them stretch the field, like we said, longer and longer drives. If they're going to score anything, make them earn it, make them eat clock in the route to do it. And now out of the I formation, call it a pistol. They're going to go gun here. 2 receivers right, 1 near side left, working left hash mark is Altavilla putting a man in motion. Long count, snap, handoff, given in the backfield to Mancha. This time he's trapped in a host of Raiders. Take him down. You stop him, you get the rest of your buddies to take him down, and that's how you play good tackle football. And that was absolutely a thing of beauty by the Raiders linebacker and line, all kind of stepping up to make that play. As we'll watch here too, just a great finish on the tackle. You get the one guy and the rest of everybody joins the party.
Barrett Boardman had a great job there. He jumped on top of him and just stopped him in his tracks, and the rest of the guys jumped in and helped out.
He looks so good so far this season. Last year he got some time as a sophomore And there again, another big play from Boardman, back to pass. Here is Altavilla, puts up a screen. They got big boys in front of them. Oh, trying to strip that thing out. Mancha got out to about the 28 or so. He's going to be short, but boy, Raiders are trying to be opportunistic, get in there, shoot out, maybe steal that football.
He almost got it there. You grabbed that arm and kind of twisted around because he was not a real big guy. So, yeah, it was a nice job by the Raiders. I mean, we gave up 7 on that one, but we'll take that. Just limit the big plays. If you can kind of limit them down to not very many, we'll do okay.
And what we're noticing too is even though they're a big line and they're physical, they're not very quick.
No.
So if you have that first step and you get to the backfield, you got to make hay in the backfield when you get a chance.
That's right.
Out of the gun again, Altavilla, 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Quick pass over the right side, slant caught, 1st down, and a nice grab there by Lonnie West, and that will move the chains. That's a gain of about 10 or so, but enough for a 1st down, about 4 yards past the sticks. And that's, hey, they got to get the 1st down. You're going to make them work for it, take a hit in the whole pattern, and hey, it wasn't bad.
And that's a timing pass.
Yep.
When you have a slant in like that, it's a timing pass, and chances of completion are very high. The only way you can defend that really is to chuck a guy get on the line and stop him on the line to throw off the timing. But we don't see that much because you got to be able to get back too. We don't have any super speedsters that can make up that difference.
Jack Cloutier, the tackle for the Raiders, under center Altavilla. Ball spotted around the 35-yard line, right to left. Mancha will run off right side, get outside the hash marks. 45, 1st down near the 50. Another big gainer. That's about 15 here, Jer.
Yeah, that was a good run by Two Rivers. They really made a great play on that one and got outside. They sealed out the defensive end and got outside. They had blockers down at the receivers and had a nice pickup there.
Just shy of midfield. 4:18 to go. Clock runs. 1st quarter.
I like the fact that the Raiders are making them work for these plays.
Oh, yeah, it's not like the chunks we saw last week.
Well, and the more that they have to make plays, the better chance that there might be a mistake here or there.
And hopefully the Raiders can force Two Rivers into some mistakes here. That was a big thing in Coach Strain's pregame interview. Let's be opportunistic, too. Pass over the middle, another quick timing pattern that's caught. And for about a gain, it's probably close to 10. Right, I'm going to say 1st down. Yeah, move the chains.
Yep. Yeah, that's a very high percentage play when you have your slot back there over to the left side of their line. He just basically snap and quick throw out there, and now he has all open field because the defensive back is 8 yards back. So you got a lot of room to make some moves, and all you need is just take extra 2 yards. You get that 1st down like they did.
I know here at Two Rivers, it's one of the best tracks, like for track and field in the entire conference, but I didn't know if this was going to be a track meet tonight. This could end up being a track meet.
It looks like it so far.
7-7. Each team has found a way to get in the end zone on their first drives, and I think Two Rivers is going to take a timeout. We're going to take a quick one as well with 3:18 to go, 1st quarter of play. The Raiders and the Warriors are tied up at 7 apiece on KDWA and HCTV. Out there, we welcome you back to Two Rivers High School in West St. Paul. Nick Tucker, Jerry Rupp, Dick Craig will be on stats. Pretty nice crowd on hand here on a Friday night that has turned out to be pretty darn nice in itself. Here's Two Rivers, ball spotted just outside the 40. Under center, Altavilla with 2 receivers left. Handoff is given, and finding some room is Mancha left, but then that closes up pretty quick. Good pursuit there by Barrett Boardman, and we've said his name a couple times. Fletcher Peterson was here to clean up if they needed a broom there, but a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6.
Right, Majetic just missed him too. I mean, in the backfield, it was actually kind of a trap play, and so the offensive lineman took him out. But boy, he was licking his chops. He saw that jersey and that ball. It's like, ooh, I want some.
And it's so easy to over pursue when you got a guy who's as quick like that in the backfield that you feel like you have to make a sudden move to get him. And then that way, right there, he just trickles through and just makes it look easy. 2nd and 6 now, the gain of 4 left hash. Altaville out of the gun, looking to pass again. He's going to go deep to the downs, right side. And this is going to be off the shoulder pads, a would-be touchdown for Lagerman. And that's a tough adjustment in high school football. It's not like the pros or college where it just seems like those passes are so easy to grab. Again, the sun's probably in his eyes a bit there too, Jerry, and that's just not an easy play. But heck of an effort. Great throw by Altavilla. My goodness. Yeah, off his
helmet, off his face mask there. But yeah, that's a tough adjustment there. And you know, like I said, looking in the sun, that adds a little element to it. But yeah, that's too bad for them, but we'll take it.
It's a big 3rd down now.
It is. This is huge.
You're outside Boykin's territory yet. I know he's good, but he's not hitting that. 3rd down and 6. I'd like to have it be that way, or maybe a sack here, move him out further. Back to pass. Altavilla, pressure coming. Oh, the pass is nearly intercepted. The Raiders had a man there, and we don't even have a 21.
We don't have a 21.
Nobody's got a 21. Who's the right side cornerback on the starting lineup there? Is it Shattuck? Or is it Foss? That's probably Shattuck.
Shattuck, probably, but yeah, different number there because there's 21 and there's not one on our printed roster.
There's Shady right there, 26.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who 21 is. Maybe they brought him up from
that might be Esterby, actually.
Oh,
one of the Esterby boys. We'll talk about that here. We'll figure it out here in a moment. Back to pass, and that's intercepted this time. That's picked off by the Raiders on 4th down, and they'll get the ball, pretty much 2 yards closer to their particular scoring end zone. But hey, either way, that's a turnover. That's forcing them to make a play they weren't comfortable with. There's a lot of good Raiders stuff right there.
You bet those last 2 plays were great for the Raiders. Both of them, were pick wannabes, and we got that second one, so that was great to pick that up.
Intercepted there. Is that Foss who got that
I believe
pick?
It was.
Matt Foss?
Yeah, Matt Foss, I got that one.
Oh, what a play for the Raiders. What a momentum turner, perhaps, too. You got the stop. Now you have the ball. Let's set some motion.
Uh-oh.
And we got flags, and I think that's too much motion.
Well,
we kind of said something, too, earlier. Both teams are having too many movement type of deals going on.
The problem that happened there is we had 3 guys moving, but what happened that drew the flag is they were not set.
Oh, sure.
They came over to this side of the line, both guys, but neither one of them were set when the ball was snapped. So clearly that's a motion penalty.
Mental mistake. That's one you shouldn't have.
I think snap count threw him off a little bit.
1st and 15. 2:42 to go, first quarter. We're tied at 7. Raiders on the sunny side of the field. And the handoff here will go to Zion, and he can't push the pile. He ran in to a mass of humanity built up in a red and gold wall, and that reminded me of the old Pat and Kevin Williams days, the Williams wall. That was
I'm telling you,
nothing.
There was nothing there. Number 6 for Two Rivers, Benjamin Matson. He's a big boy, 6 foot 250. That guy is a bulldog there. He's a fire hydrant there at nose tackle.
Bring him to Christmas dinner.
No kidding.
2:12 to go, first quarter. 7 apiece, out of the gun. Foss, pass on the slant, nearly intercepted. Getting a fingertip on it there was Jabari LaFleur, and he wanted to take that thing to the house. Raiders lucky there, but now you can't do what Two Rivers did. Almost had a pick, and then the next one, you do throw a pick. Here we got to find chains, or at least get yourself into a good spot to turn the field position over, get a punt down deep.
Yeah, and what you're going to do here is you cannot throw it 15 yards downfield. That's a sure pick. You just got to get what you can get, play the field game percentage, and just keep working that way.
Make him continue to earn it. That's going to be my mantra all game. Back to pass. Foss sets up a screen, has Zion. Let him do the work. Wiggles around 1, gets to the 45. There you go.
That's smart.
So you set yourself up. You got 55 yards to the end zone to boom a punt and get it down deep and really make Two Rivers work, and that's what the Raiders are going to do here. Let's see here. Get up there, Jack. Okay, see, that's the problem with having guys, when you got two side guys. Jack Cloutier just turned that ankle, and he's coming off pretty slowly.
Yep.
But a good run there by Zion. Again, he kind of heard you up here, Jared. Just, get enough yards to be dangerous on the punt scenario here. And we did that. And like you said, right now, field position game, that's okay considering the Raiders just found a way to get a big stop with that interception.
That's right. You need a boomer now.
Well, let's see what we got. Snap's good. Schmaltz boot. No, didn't have a lot on it. And they'll take it at the 32, but he doesn't get much more than the 36. On the return there was Lonnie West.
Yeah, the silver lining there, like you said, was there was not much return, maybe 3 yards for a return. So, yeah, they kind of come off the side of his foot. It was kind of like a lame duck that was kind of floating out there. But
one of my passes?
Oh, God, it was a quack, quack. But, like you said, they only got 3 yards in return. So, they're setting up 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line, and now the Raiders can get tough again and another turnover perhaps.
Would love to see that again. I know Raider fans all over would love to see it. I know my Two Rivers friends watching and listening say absolutely not, Nicholas. Under center is Altavilla, and he will hand off. He'll give the bunch in the backfield. He'll get maybe 1.5 or 2 at the very maximum. Boardman in there, joined by Kyan Esterby. Nice little play there by the Raiders.
Nice play, and Esterby did exactly what I was talking about earlier before the game started. Get him down at the feet. Right. You take out his ankles, he cannot run, and that's exactly what he did. He tackled him low, take away his center of gravity, and they finished him off.
And when you're not Jerome Bettis type, the little guys you can get with the ankles. At least slow them down.
That's right.
You weigh 160 pounds, it's a little easier to take them down.
If they can't move their feet, they're going to fall forward.
Yep. There's not a lot to fall.
No.
They definitely will go down. Offset eye right, one receiver to each side, working more towards the near side hash mark. Altavilla quickly back under center, and I think Two Rivers noticed that Altavilla had a little confusion going on in his own right, so he will take a timeout here. And I think, is that the second one now?
It is the second one.
For
Boardman threatened blitz there, too. He came up on the line and threatened blitz, and I think that kind of freaked him out that they didn't feel that they had a good situation with him coming through, so they had to take a timeout to, refocus, check what they had going on there, and maybe change their play.
I like a little bit of confusion in the defense right now.
Yeah.
And it's real, like you said, making Altavilla think. And when you do that to a team and you always give them a second thing to think about in the back of their head, they're not thinking about the first thing, Jerry, and that's usually scoring the football.
That's exactly right.
Need to take them out of it.
And I'll tell you what, Boardman's having a heck of a game so far. He's really creating chaos out there.
He's the player of the game right now. If I was going to give one right away, for sure.
No doubt. I agree.
Just a defensive menace so far. I mean, I could give Zion a couple of props, too, because that return was just beauty. Here we go. Altavilla under center, second down, call it 8 now, near side hash mark after the timeout. Raiders have 5 on the line. Fake the handoff. Altavilla pressured, throws up a pass, and he's got his man. He has it caught. It's going to be Kerpenny, and he will get close to a first down. I don't know if he got it. My, this is very close.
Yeah, he did not get it.
No.
Nope, they're saying first down.
Oh, man.
I tell you what, Fletcher Peterson was just beside himself. He was literally a fingernail from intercepting that. It was just over his reach. He's 6 foot. He should have been 6'2".
Yeah, if he's 6'2", he had a pick six going to the house.
Oh, he was frustrated that he didn't get it.
We're going to take our first break because it's the end of the first quarter, and the Raiders and the Warriors are knotted up at 7 apiece. Good start for both teams. Competitive, fun football game. That's all we wanted here on a Friday night. Back with more in just a moment on KDWA Radio and HCTV.
Hi, this is Lucas Foss from Hastings, and on behalf of all Metro East Conference schools, we would like to thank you for supporting us. Please remember to show respect and good sportsmanship at all times. We as athletes will always try our best, and you can expect the same from coaches and officials. Mistakes will be made by everyone involved, but please show support and respect through the contest, no matter the outcome, whether it be online or in the stands.
Two Rivers, second quarter begins with a handoff, and Mancha will get about 2-3. That's kind of what he's been averaging. He had one nice run, but other than that, just kind of chipping away up the hash marks, and he'll gain a couple that time too. Second down, call it 5, 6 maybe, as we start the second quarter. And like I said, Jared, just having the headsets off, that was fun. I mean, that was a fun 12 minutes of football.
Yes, it was. And that last play there, Kyan Esterby, he really figured out that leg tackling. He had a guy by the leg, and he would not let him go. And they got a few yards there, but he basically shut him down from a bigger gain.
There's some guys on this defense right now that they're playing well. I mean,
Yeah.
just keep it going. I know it's one quarter, but man, oh man, there's a couple fellas that we'd like to talk about at the end of this one. Under center now is going to be Altavilla. Stack a tight end off the line, kind of a wing back. 2 receivers left with 1 in the backfield. And Altavilla is going to get sacked. That might have been a busted play. No, he breaks out of it. 50, 45, 40. Are you kidding me? First down. He was dead to rights. Jerry Rupp.
Wow.
How did he get out of there?
I don't know. It's like a pro quarterback. He just did that little quick spin, and our defensive lineman was nothing but a mouthful of feathers. It's like, come on.
That guy last night, that Lamar Jackson fella, saw him do that. He went over 120 yards rushing last night as a quarterback. What a great play there from a quarterback. That looked like a busted play, but Jerry, you and I have both seen that a couple times. That's drawn up like that sometimes, too, to kind of make it look like you're...
Or you just get lucky. Either way, it's a first down.
Two Rivers will take either way because they get a first down, like Jerry mentioned, and the ball spot at the 42-yard line. Back to pass, Altavilla. That's a short pass, but a nice grab there. Not much he could do with it, but catch it off his shoe tops. But the catch is made by Lonnie West, and that little 5'9", 165-pound junior, he looks pretty good on the outside.
Yeah, he does. And I'll tell you what, we'll take that because, a play like that, if it's at the shoestrings, and he has to go down to catch it, he's down as soon as he gets the ball. He's down automatically in high school. So no chance to advance the ball, and we'll take that play versus a 15-yard game.
That's such a long throw for so little.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Across the field like that, that's it's a long toss.
Low percentage, big play, right?
Agreed.
One receiver right next to the Raider bench. They're working left hash, working left to right on your radio dial. Man in motion to the far side as well as Altavilla out of the gun will hand off. Hand off near side and in the backfield. Guess who? Barrett Boardman again, and he gave Mancha nothing.
That was he took a page out of Owatonna from last week. The middle linebacker from Owatonna created so much havoc on those end arounds, those jet sweeps. He'd get in there and just destroy it. That's exactly what Boardman just did. He came through a gap on the interior line, got him out in the backfield, and made it's a nice tackle for about a yard loss.
That kid's so tough. I mean, 6'1", 190, a solid blue and gold concrete. 1 to each side. Split backs. No, sorry. This is an offset double I right. I've never seen that before. Pass over the middle caught. It was a tight end pass right down the hash marks. And what was that? Out of the shotgun, but yet kind of pistol offset with 2 to the near side. I've never seen that before.
Got a little bit of just a little distance from the line, and it's almost like an old-fashioned jump pass to his tight end.
Do you think, Jer, that play, you wanted the kids along the line and the linebackers to think, what the heck are they lining up? And by the time you think, what the heck, that quick pass to the tight end's already through your hands.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, that's just
it's a quick
creative.
hitter. It's timing for them, and when you have to react, that's tough.
Exotic formation, no doubt. 2 receivers left. Tight end right off the line as a wing. Handoff Mancha to the 25, carries a man, 22, 21 maybe. Stack of Raiders there, putting some pressure back on Mancha, who will gain about 5. Well, I said 3 over the loud. Yeah, 3, we'll give him 3.
That's a good play by the Raiders, tightening up now as we getting closer down to the end zone. You're shortening that field and making play different from their playbook, but the Raiders are getting a little tighter, a little tougher.
And force them to make a bunch of plays down here.
Yep, the more plays they make, the greater chance for an error.
Saw that the very last defensive drive for Hastings, forcing them play. And like Jer said, they're bound to make a mistake if you have 10, 12 plays, and they did. Let's do it again. Out of the gun, Altavilla will run to his offside left, puts up a great pass. Well, looked good out of the hands. It had some velocity on it for being on his off foot, but it wasn't close. Into the end zone, harmlessly it falls. And that'll bring up 3rd down, and another big 3rd down, because it's probably 4-down territory still here for the Warriors. But like I said, Boykin, he can boot it, so this is a big play here for the Raider D.
Yeah, he certainly can. And on that last play, too, man, it's a great design by 2 Rivers. They roll out their quarterback so he doesn't have to sit back in the pocket. He's got plenty of area to see everything. He has that run, that pass. He can do whatever the heck he wants out there. But, it's a great decision by them to roll him out and give him some space.
Also, you got to think if this is field goal range, if this is on Boykin's hash or not. He's a right-footed kicker. Some kickers like to hook it. Some like to go dead on from the side. Back to pass Altavilla. Hopefully we force that play, but instead it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown, Rory Schuler. That's a great play. He was trying to do that 2 plays ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, he ran the same play twice. They knew he was there. and just get a little bit better throw from their quarterback, and that's exactly what they did. And just it was a nice over-the-shoulder catch out there towards the side of the end zone. No chance to defend that. Nice job for Two Rivers to make that completion.
13-7. Good play. Good touchdown pass from Altavilla, made it look easy.
This is a fun game. This is a good game. We're seeing some good offense here.
Great offense.
Yeah.
Teams are moving the ball. We've had a big interception that came from the Raiders. High snap. Kick. Boykin just got it off, and somehow he snuck that thing in. That's patience, and that's some kind of agility to be able to do that.
I'm telling you, I don't know
man.
how that guy even got the ball down. I'm sure it wasn't placed properly, but Boykin got it in anyway.
He very well, and I'm not taking anything away from Johan by any means, but he's only a junior. But now Boykin, finally a senior, if I'm not mistaken, he is. And he has been one of the best since his sophomore, freshman year for that matter. And he might be one of those guys that is in the talks towards the end of the year for, kicker of the year kind of stuff. And really, if they give him opportunities, he's going to make some people open their eyes a little bit, a la Jack Sieben last year, hitting 40-yard bombs into Walgreens for that matter.
Right.
You get a good kicker that can hit from 40, 45. There's going to be college coaches looking to get you on their squad.
I spoke with Sieben's parents down there at Gustavus, and Jack's been elevated to the number 2 kicker. There's 6 guys kicking down there, and he's now at number 2.
I'm not shocked. I knew when he was leaving. I told his proud mama, too. I said, every coach would want Jack Sieben on their team. I would love to have Jack Sieben on my team just as a person and a human, and that goes a long ways. And I know that he's a great kicker, but I know being a great human the way he is has also helped his cause down there. Congratulations to Jack. Here we go. Raiders will bring it back now with Zion tiptoeing around. Gets out to about the 27 or so. All right, Raiders are going to have a trip. Now, that's the thing, too, here. You want to respond, you want to answer, you want to score here. So when you go down the length of the field, hopefully there's only a minute or 2 left. Then you put Two Rivers into some tough positioning, and, of course, you'd get the ball to start the second half. There's an order of operations here, Jared, but the Raider offense needs to come out and score before we get to any of that.
Agreed. Like you say in boxing, punch, counter punch.
Yep.
Punch, counter. Now we got a counter punch.
I want to see a couple of them here from the Raiders. Unanswered would be nice. Out of the gun, Foss. Lucas back. Now looking to hand off. Gives it to Zion. Nice stutter step, 30, 35. Got his head sat on, but thank goodness he wears a helmet. He'll gain 9, just short of a first down. Did you see that? That kid flew right over the top of his helmet with his tushy, and just got him short of the first down. But another nice run. Patience. I think that's the thing. He didn't rush into the line. He was patient, found his angle, and as soon as he found that angle, he ran through it.
Exactly. That kind of reminds me of another guy we had a few years ago by the name of Ovi Embu.
Oh, Ovi. Ovi, if you're listening, buddy, you got to holler at me on social media or something so we can say hi to you. Oh, we miss you too, buddy. One of the best ever to do it at Hastings High School. There's a low snap, and now Lucas is going to have to go down to a knee.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mental mistake, I think, on Lucas. He realized once he was on his knees to pick that ball up, he's like, oh, shoot, I can't. The button play's dead. That's okay. Those things happen, but we number one, we didn't lose the ball, didn't lose possession, so we still have it. It's still, third and medium long, but it's not too bad. That's doable.
Oh, just, like you were just saying, it's doable. Get the first down. You forget about that.
Right, move forward.
You never remember it again. Let's find a way. Kind of a tight formation for the Raiders out of the shotgun. What are we doing? Move too quick before the snap.
Yep.
This will be a false start against Hastings. Unfortunately, it's going to be in the backfield. And that will
make it a little tougher now. It's going to be a 3rd and 11 instead of a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that's those 2 in a row like that. That stuff can't happen.
That's going to change your play call. Most likely, instead of having an interior handoff, you're probably going to have to maybe do some sort of a medium pass out there. I still like to see a down and out, or a slant out that direction, so you give your receiver a chance to get that first down stick.
We haven't really seen the Raiders take a deep shot this year. Not saying they should here, but we've not seen really anything long this year. Pass, though, that's a slant. That's a first down. We forget about everything. Matt Foss was down. He was down. Thank you, referee, who was right there to see that.
Ball
and that's a
can't cause
first down.
fumble. Yep, there you go. And that's that play, that little slant there. You know, it's just you find your guy there right in the seam between in front of the D-back, make a pitch and catch, and then let your guy do his thing out there in open territory and move the sticks. That's what we needed to do. It's perfect.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Right on.
I know it's old school, but it's so true. Raiders find a first down and a big one. We forget about those couple of weird plays and penalties, and now first down again. Approaching midfield, call the ball, spotted at the 43.5-yard line of the Raiders. Pitch out there to Zion. He steps around that, oh my gosh, and then gets absolutely floored on the far side. And is that 44? It's 44. I thought it was 14 at first. I was going to say not the running back, but Jabari LaFleur, a 6'1", 190-pound senior, just came in and got up close and personal with number 1.
He said, how you do? Welcome to Mendota Heights.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was a good tackle.
That's the ones, Jared, that I never played organized varsity football, but I still wake up in sweats thinking about me being that poor back in that play. Oh, and a bad snap again. And this is even worse. It goes all the way back to the 24-yard line.
Ouch.
Jerry, we can't have that stuff after so much good in the first quarter.
Yep, that's our center's having a little bit of time getting that snap back. I don't know if he's being hindered. You know, he's thinking too much ahead with that nose tackle on him. But a couple of bad snaps, he needs to try to clean it up a little bit. So now, you know, we talked about this earlier, and I think in the first quarter, you just get some yards back, make some positivity, punt the ball, and go on defense.
You have to. Unless you can sneak something crazy in a seam here, back to pass. Foss, Lucas over the middle. That's going to be picked, and it is. Intercepted by Ryder Harahan down to the 30, and that was just a poor decision on a pass that did not need to be made into triple coverage. And a big interception, and that was forcing something, Jared. Like you said, you're not trying to score there. You're just trying to stretch the field, get enough to punt it from a safe distance and maybe pound them down deep. And instead, now we're in the same position they had us in earlier on in the game, too.
Short field running downhill. Yeah, that's the thing. That third down pass into triple coverage in the middle of the field, that has never worked for the Raiders. It just doesn't work. I mean, it's a low percentage play. And it's just probably not the best thing to throw at that time. You need to just cut your losses, get something, and then boot it away.
Harahan is happy as can be with the interception. Grabbing some water, and just a great play on a pass in the middle that was all for the red team. Here's Altavilla, gun. Back to pass, rolls right. Pressure coming. Get him this time. Put him down, and they do. 36-yard line. It took 3 Raiders to do it. Getting up off the bottom of the pile, Braden Thompson among many others. But man, oh man, Raiders got to continue that pressure. Breathe down his neck. Make him feel that you're right there on him.
That was a huge play by the Raiders defense. We definitely needed that 10-yard loss on that that quarterback sack. Pushes them out of field goal range. Now they got to change their play calling a little bit. We need 2 more plays, boys.
That felt so good to get him in the backfield that time. Escaped that last time. The quarterback ends up running for what seemed impossible first down.
Right.
Now you got 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Out of the shotgun is Altavilla. 1 back with him, sends a man in motion far to near. And back to pass. That's Altavilla. Pass is caught near side by Longerman, and he'll make the catch around the 32 or something, but that's not enough.
That's okay. Kyan Westerby wrapped him up right away. Didn't get him a chance to get extra yards. That's what we want to see. So now you got a 3rd down and 13. That's a great spot for the Raiders to be in right now defensively.
Flex, boys, you got to. In this situation, you got the 3rd down, force 4th down. Don't give up a chunk play here. Don't give up enough to make it 4th and 2 even. That shortens the playbook as well. Man in motion to the far side. Back to pass. Altavilla, pressure came, but that left the screen wide open in the middle of the field, and getting outside right and enough for a first down is Delfino Mancha, who's been a thorn in the Raiders' took us all game long, and he finds a first down. That's a big one there for Two Rivers.
Yes, and Two Rivers took advantage of the Raiders' overzealousness there. You know, the defensive line, they had their ears pinned back, and they were coming, and they just let them right through. A nice, quick little screen right at the line of scrimmage, and there was no one there because all the defensive linemen were already at the quarterback.
What's that green plane? Holiday Inn Fly planes or what? What is that plane? I see a green plane, folks. What's a green?
Passenger plane. Anybody?
Irish plane somewhere? Maybe? I don't know. Under center, the fun you get with Jerry and Tuck on a Friday. Handing it off, right side Mancha again gets across the 15. He'll gain maybe 4. Now see, Two Rivers now wants to just eat this whole clock.
Yes, they do.
Don't give the Raiders a chance, knowing they get the football to start the second half.
Exactly, and so they could just pound it on the ground here and just keep that clock rolling.
I bet the Raiders would prefer that because the run defense really isn't giving up too much here tonight. So
agreed, the run defense is definitely playing better than the passing situations.
Right hash, call it the 15. Two Rivers in their 49er clones, Raiders in the old LA Rams of the 80s clones with the whites. Under center, Altavilla, offset eye to the right side. Fake the handoff, pass on a quick little out. Right side, caught 10, down towards the 6-5, near the 5.5. Pass is caught by Lagerman.
Move the sticks, now they got 1st and goal.
All right, bend, don't break.
Yep.
You got to bend like rubber right now.
I tell you, Two Rivers, their offensive coordinator has put together a fantastic passing game plan. He's got all things figured out, and the Raiders are still trying to, like a step behind, trying to catch up.
Some of these little quick outs and quick little passes that have been huge, and see if they're going to run it this time. Mancha off left, just pushing the pile, and then gets down near the goal line. Did the ball come out? Boy, that looked like, I thought for a moment it came out. Fletcher Peterson was getting carried. Actually, that was Kyan Esterby who was getting carried down to the goal line. And now here is Two Rivers. They want to hurry up the offense here and get to the line. Let's see if the Raiders can plug up the middle. Altavilla kind of gives a slap on the backside to his center. Right outside the goal line, handoff, and he's going to get in there.
Yep.
And that's Mancha, his first touchdown. And it's 20-7, Two Rivers.
Yeah, he's a slippery little guy there. He can just get in just a teeny bit of a crack in that hole there, and he just slid sideways right into the end zone. Pretty tough to defend that one. The ball was basically, the nose of the ball was on the goal line, so they didn't have much to go to get that one. Raiders got to come back now. It's 31 seconds left in this half, so I guess we'll take the ball, take a knee, and go into halftime and figure some things out defensively, what we need to do to kind of tighten up and take away their passing game.
What are they doing here? There might be some goofiness here. Boykin on for the extra point, but will it be a kick? High snap, pulled it down. Another little. How does he get that thing over with just no velocity?
Yeah, well, it's
bad snaps.
Their holder is struggling. He's not getting the ball down well, but their kicker has got so much talent that he can just basically get it over.
31 seconds, Jerry. What is your best option here if you're the Raiders? Do you go to the downs knowing that you get the ball to start the second half? Do you say, let's just go chat about it, take a knee, and go in for the half because we get the ball?
I tried one of those trap plays that they had Zion run on that. Cole Zion run through the middle there. It's one play. It's 31 seconds. It's pretty safe. If he gets something, great. If not, give it a shot. No throwing. Definitely keep the ball in your hands.
And the Raiders have some speed back there, too. You got Zion back there along with Shady Shattuck. And Shady went 60-plus on a TD last Thursday.
Yep.
And who I think over there, I want to say that might be Case and Esterby. I don't know who's wearing the 21.
Yeah, I just don't know.
We still have not had any word on that. We'll talk to Dick at halftime. Maybe we'll get something out of it. Birkin's going to be the one to take it as an up back. 25, stretches the field. 30, 35, 42. Okay, Jerry, you got 24 seconds and a semi-short field. Yeah, what do you do here now?
That changes things up a little bit, your mindset. You could throw a couple of them out towards the sidelines, stop the clock, move the chains, get down in the field goal range.
Well, let's see what the Raiders are going to do here. So
they're packed in tight. Looks like it's going to be a run.
Yep, looks like will go under center. Oh, he pitched it out right side. Zion, he could get out of bounds too. Sure, why not? 20 seconds. That only took a couple seconds off the clock, Jerry. We're across midfield.
You bet. That's as good as a pass play right there. That jet sweep out there. Stop the clock. Move the sticks. Give you another chance here.
.1 seconds to go. Can the Raiders get something to take into the half?
If nothing else, just the positivity of moving the ball here.
Out of the shotgun. Foss with a man in the backfield with him out of the pistol, and Foss throws. He has his man, Matt Foss. I think we have a timeout.
They do have one left for sure.
13.9 left. We'll take timeout. Oh, is that our final timeout, or do we got one more?
I thought that's only their second.
Yeah, I think we still have one here.
Yeah, I think they do have one left.
Okay. So let's see. What the Raiders can get here. I mean, anything would be good.
It'll be interesting to see the leg that we've got.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got Johan and no wind tonight. I mean,
this is true.
If you're going to do it, if you can get to the 20,
yeah,
you know, that's 35 or so.
Yep.
40. So, I mean, I'd love to see Johan boom one. Don't get me wrong.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Give him a chance anyway. What the heck?
Out of the shotgun. 13.9 seconds to go. Back to pass. Foss puts up a dart. Had his man, Marlo Strain, who was interfered with, no call. He got his arm grabbed. And nothing there. So we're going to get another shot, though, with 8.9 seconds left. But, man, I thought he wanted to
I kind of think they just, I thought it was pretty good coverage, actually. Let's take a look here.
Yeah. Good coverage.
I think by the time the ball got there, then he got his arm. But I think before the ball got there, it was pretty even up coverage. It was a good throw. Just couldn't quite come down with it.
Okay, you got to get out of bounds here.
Yep.
Well, why are we going to take a timeout here, though?
Well, burn our last time out. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, you're right. Now it has to be an out-of-bounds play to set up something. Of course, Two Rivers knows that, and so they're going to be playing, pushing everything out to the outside, so that that the Raiders would be in a bit of a pickle if they're trying to get something done here with 8.9 seconds left in this half.
8.9 seconds. Okay, let's find a way. I mean, can you get 15 quick and out? I mean, that's the thing now. You don't have a timeout.
Nope.
So this is probably going to go for the downs here.
I think they're going for it.
Let's see if we can put one up. Matt Foss near side. Kyan Esterby, and let's see what happens here. Back to pass, throwing it up. There's a flag on the play, pushing and shoving in the end zone. And I think we're going to get another play and maybe a little closer. No, it's going to be against Hastings.
I think it's against Hastings. I'm sure it's holding. YouTube is thrown back that far. Yep, holding. That's what it was.
Yep.
Back behind the quarterback, the offensive line are doing their best to try to hold out the D-line, and they got a hold on that one. So that basically is going to take care of the first half. We got one more play now, and at this point, just take a knee and get out of here. Go in and talk.
The ball spotted at the Warrior 45. Raiders will get the football to start the second half. 21-7 your score. Two Rivers leading Hastings. Final play of the half, barring a penalty against Two Rivers. Three receivers right, one left, Marlo Strain, one back in the backfield. Back to pass, Foss over the middle, caught Marlo Strain. Little give and go, hands it off. Birkin, 25, 20, 15, out of bounds. Nice little play, good idea, Statue of Liberty type of deal, but Raiders go out of bounds before the red end zone, and that's how the first half ends. with your score 21-7 Warriors over the Raiders. And, hey, Raiders got some nice plays there. That one towards the end at least can build a little confidence heading into the second half, Jerry. And I think that's it. You didn't play a bad half of football. Let's just find a way on that first drive to score and make it a game again.
Agreed. Let's just fight back and get back in this game right away when you come back out of the halftime.
We'll take a break. It's 21-7 at halftime. Raiders down by 14 on KDWA and HCTV.
You today?
I don't think I'm in the right place. I have big dreams, like crab brewery-sized dreams.
I like it.
Your bank is very,
Cozy?
yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We prefer more personal interactions. We dedicate the majority of our space to our customers' dreams.
Wow. Look at that.
I know, it never gets old.
Wow, this is way bigger than your office.
Push that trash that way, not this way. Come on.
Oh, hey there. Do you like HCTV?
That's one small step for Hastings and one giant leap for community television.
Do you want a custom video that promotes your business or organization and gives you the results you're looking for? As an HCTV sponsor, our staff will work with your business or organization to create a custom video to promote your brand. You also have an option of getting a shout out in every sporting event we cover. And that's 3 points for your business. So support HCTV today! Go to hastingstv.org/sponsors for more information or to give a one-time donation.
He gets the pin. What a move, what a goal! Oh, what a shot, scores! The Raiders, can they get the layup? Yes, they do.
Just snipes one.
Oh my God!
And reaching up and making the play.
It's moving!
It's over!
Looking to throw, and she's going to get the first down.
Gone! Touchdown, Raiders!
Some you've heard of more, but it doesn't bother me because I just love to explore. Interviewing owners and lending a hand. I love to assist for as long as they can stand.
And welcome back to Two Rivers High School here in West St. Paul. Nick Tuckner and Jerry Rupp back on KDWA and HCTV as well along for the ride. And the Raiders are down by a score of 21-7 to Two Rivers Warriors team that won last week and feeling the flow here a little bit. But the Raiders aren't going to get the football here to start the second half. Two Rivers so far, like we said, a 42-13 win against Minneapolis Southwest last week. You roll that into Hastings. And then look at the rest of Two Rivers' schedule. Not taking anything away from them, but they play a 3A schedule. They play Harding-Humboldt. You play Kennedy, who used to be in our section. Now they're too small for it. Highland Park, 3A. Minneapolis-Washburn, 3A. Central, 3A. Simley, 3A. So other than the Raiders, they play a 3A schedule, Jerry. And that's weird because they play in a 4A section, which makes it even more strange. And then you look at the Raiders on the other side, they have a bunch of the big schools, right? You got the Two Rivers, the Matamidi, Jefferson. Matamidi next week's not going to be fun.
Nope.
And then Jefferson at Cretin, that's at St. Thomas. Never fun to go up there. Armstrong at home, and that's just weird because nobody cares about that rivalry very much. And then you get St. Thomas at home. Everybody wants to beat them. And then you go to Cooper, which I can tell you right now is not the most fantastic neighborhood in the face of the planet. So,
true.
It's not the best of schedules. I get it. But that's what we're stuck with in Minnesota high school football until they find a different formula, Jer. It's going to be tough. And you know from coaching in state high school league sports forever, sometimes the things don't make sense, but they got to find ways to make them work. And until you get like even numbers of teams to go wherever, this is what we're going to get, and we just got to kind of deal with it for the next couple of years.
Well, it's one of those situations where you can complain about it all you want, but like I say, it's not going to change. And so what do you do? You just got to get better.
Yeah.
You have to work harder and push and just get better so you'll be able to be competitive with these other teams.
It wouldn't shock me in the near future, like Trent Hansen said this summer when we did a special, kind of an in-depth interview talking about our size of school. And if there's 68 schools in our class, we're 64th in size. So we're that close to being on the cusp of moving down a section, which if we played that football schedule we saw on there from Two Rivers, the Raiders go 6-2 in the regular season or something, right? So, and again, I'm not trying to take anything away, but these two teams just play totally different schedules, Jerry.
And like you just said there, you nailed it on the head. Hastings, the school size, we're just really stuck in a pickle because we're at the bottom end of bigger sections or bigger classes in every sport, pretty much.
You're right.
So you're the little fish trying to get along in a big pond out there, and it's very tough, whether it be football or swimming or basketball or anything like that. It's tough to try to match up with these bigger schools.
And the Raiders have found that out. Thursday we all found that out. I mean, that Owatonna team is going to beat a lot of squads this year, and we're going to see those guys well into November. And you got to believe that all of us Raider fans, because of how awesome, and I hope somehow, some way, some of the Owatonna fans are listening, but I heard so many good things from folks from Owatonna on our broadcast last week. They said, great, good luck this season. I mean, there was just so much of that in the air, and if we're going to have this hour-long trip each way for how many years, it might as well be a fun rivalry, and that's one thing I will give a giant hat tip to Owatonna. Their fans, their kids, their coaches were so darn respectful, and if there's any team I'm pulling for the rest of the way from one of our opponents, it's those Huskies.
Agreed. Yep, that was a great game for them last week, and it was fun to watch, and they got some things figured out there, and I think some Raiders, both the players and the coaching staff, can maybe learn a thing or two from what Owatonna's put together, and build our own program here.
It is just, like I said, can't say enough about those folks and all the cool things they said about coming to Todd Field. For a lot of those people, that was their first trip there, Jerry. They've never seen Todd Field.
Exactly.
So it was like, wow. What is this place? And over end, here we go. Second half, Raiders Birkin will get a second return. Last one was pretty good. 35, 30, 40, 45, 47. Nice return by Grant Birkin, who's not exactly your tailback du jour, but he comes out there and looks the part.
Well, he figured it out. In the first half, did the exact same thing. He got it, he was one of the upbacks, got the ball and just kind of veered towards his right into a seam in the middle of the field there where they weren't covering, and he just pounded away through, and at the very end there, just put his shoulder down and try to put a little hurt on somebody. That's kind of fun to watch.
You know, you got to give some props to Graham Birkin tonight. He did get the start at tight end, too, which I thought was awesome. Kind of burst his way into the starting lineup. After a great game, he really did play well against Owatonna. Said his name a ton of times. He's on the field at number 12 here right now in a close formation. Raiders will work out of the shotgun. Foss out of the gun with the back behind him, and that is Zion, who's going to not take the handoff. Instead, Foss puts up a little bit of a screen that was underthrown, and that became dangerous very quick because Ethan Salas, the junior corner, was sitting there looking to go 60 to the house.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Foss didn't quite get the ball out to the outside as much as he would have liked. I mean, it was there, but he just threw it a little bit behind, and the defensive man was able to recover and, like you said, almost picked it.
2nd down and 10. Raiders approaching midfield. Work the gun. Again, a tight formation. The receivers bunched up off left side of the line, right along the hash mark. High snap, Foss in trouble, dead. Sack, bad snap. That has been something that has been more than a thorn in our side. It's been a dagger so far, Jerry.
Exactly. Yeah, it's tough to recover from those plays when you got a mishandled exchange between the center and the quarterback, whether it be low, scooting on the ground, or that time it was about a foot over, a jumping. He was jumping up in the air and he barely got the ball and just wisely just sat down on it. But now you got a third and long.
These were the situations that Coach and I talked about in pregame we had to stay out of. And right away, second half, first drive, we're in said pickle. Under center, Foss pulls it down, quick little screen set up across midfield. I think that is Zion. He is going to be short of the first down by 4.5 yards. That's actually Matt Foss who made the catch. Yeah, they're keeping the offense out there, Jerry.
Why not? I mean, what the heck? You've got nothing to lose. I mean, the ball is on the Two Rivers side of the field, so the ball is sitting at the 46-yard line. You might as well.
High percentage pass here, Jerry.
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Fans on the Two Rivers side pounding their feet in the stands, trying to get their defense going. Raiders 4th down and 4. Right hash. Under center is Foss, and the handoff tripped in the backfield is Zion. He goes nowhere, and a turnover on late flag. Turnover on downs, but I think someone's going to get. It looks like he threw it on the Raiders side.
Yeah, it does. Looks like somebody had a little losing their temper a little bit there. Might have said something they shouldn't have. Yeah, it was just a trip up. The ball was trying to go up the middle there for a 4-yard gain, but Two Rivers was there and got him by the foot and tripped him up.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Henry or Two Rivers. This is a Raider first, or is it after the play?
This
is going to be after the play.
Yep.
So they're going to move him back after the play because this did not happen in the swing of what happened. This is after the
change of possession.
Correct.
Yep.
So Raiders will not keep it. They will still give it back to Two Rivers, although a 15-yard penalty will move them back to their own 31 instead of closer to midfield.
Yeah. Realistically, that's about what a punt would have been.
Right.
Because based on the first punt, which we didn't have a real good success with, you push them back to the 31-yard line, we'll take that for starting position. But now we got to tighten up and stop that passing offense of Two Rivers.
Jared, points here for Two Rivers is fatal for the Raiders.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
It just, you can't get down 3 scores to these guys.
Nope.
Handoff goes Mancha, right side, finds a little room, stretches the field, gains maybe 5 or so. That's actually going to be, about 5.
Nice tackle by Carter Herman O'Brien. Kind of came scooting through there and from the backside and ran him down. So that's a nice job, limiting the damage there.
Got to make a nice play and just getting the edge and finding that tackle, wrapping him up, textbook. Perfect play there defensively. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. 21-7. Warriors over the Raiders, 3rd quarter from Two Rivers High School in West St. Paul. Last check on the Cardinals, up 8-6 in the 2nd quarter at Altoona. Here is Altavilla handing off. Mancha won't get much. He'll get maybe back to the line. Then he gave a little kick there at the end. That's going to be out.
Yep.
You don't do that stuff. You don't kick defenders. And now who are they getting? Are they getting the kick back, or are they getting the little late kind of push on the ground that kind of irritated Mancha a little bit.
A little chat here been going on amongst the officials, and we'll be getting a call here shortly. They're in agreement. It's nodding their heads. Okay, here comes a call. Personal foul against the Raiders.
Oh, no.
Darn it. Automatic first down, move the 15 yards.
You gave those yards right back and then some.
Yeah, you did. That's unfortunate.
I mean, that's kind of inexcusable. Ball goes all the way to the Hastings 48-yard line.
Wow, that was huge.
Costly
Very
penalty.
costly play for the Raiders.
And now what's Two Rivers have here under center? Receiver to each side, offset I, near side right. Mancha the deep back, Altavilla puts a man Lagerman in motion. He resets. And now the fake handoff, back to pass, Altavilla. He's going to the downs, and he overthrows his man. He had a man behind the coverage in Lonnie West. He just overthrew him. That was a surefire touchdown,
Yeah,
Jerry.
West had a step. He had a step on our D-back, but, that's a tough throw from that far away for a high school kid. But, it was there. Just overthrew him by about a yard or so.
Now, back in 98, you have a 6'6" receiver in Ben Utek. He probably makes that catch because, you know what I mean? It's just like he was just a fingertip too short.
The only thing is you wouldn't have found Ben Utek that far downfield.
No, you're right. You're right.
But
and I hope Benny's listening because I'm sure he's giggling at us.
Yeah, he'd be that 10, 15-yard mark there, and he could bring down anything and just lay a hurt sack on somebody.
He'd just say, Tuck, remember the tape of Woodbury, buddy. You were down in the corner, and I gave you a giant hug after I scored that touchdown.
Yep.
And I'll never forget that night and what happened afterwards. Back up the middle, Mancha, and he'll get about 5.
Boy, they had him in the backfield. That was almost a 2-yard loss, but again, he got that little spin dry thing there and got out of it and got an extra 5 yards.
Slippery.
He is slippery. Again, he's kind of diminutive in size, and so he's hard to get a handle on anyway, and he just one little spin move and
that plane looks like fruit stripe gum, Jer.
I was thinking zebra airlines or something. My good, we are seeing some of the strangest colored planes. Those got to be cargo planes.
I don't know what those are. I mean, Jer and I could probably do play-by-play of just planes like getting ready to land. That would probably be pretty entertaining.
Might be kind of fun, yeah, you bet.
We'll get sponsors right on that, and we'll be back next weekend. 8-6 at the half. Cardinals lead in a slobber knocker in Altoona. Back to pass, and there's Altavilla. Intercepted! Raiders get a big pick. Carter Herman O'Brien left to the 30. Shakes a tackle! There he goes! 5! Touchdown! Pick 6! We're back!
Wow, what a play there. I thought for sure that the screen play again, they're going to go for another 15 yards, and he was just kind of sitting out there, kind of floating around and made that play. No one saw him. Got a couple of key blocks downfield, cut it up inside, and like you said, Nick, he went in for 6. That's what the Raiders need, a shot in the arm. Look at him go, watching the tape. He's just motoring, and he got some blockers downfield. Love it. Love to see that.
Interception return, I want to say 60 plus. We'll have to get
probably around 60.
Yep. Dick will have all of that in the post game, of course.
Wow, did we need that?
Oh my gosh, Jerry, I have new blood in my body now.
That's huge. No more talking about airplanes.
No, that was good luck.
It
That was obviously good luck. Get that green and white
from the airplane to the jet flying down.
Johan kicks it into Anoka County this time. He's all over the Metro. Raiders within 7 now. The score is 21-14. And all of a sudden, Jerry, snap of the finger and a 60-yard run the other way. And the Raiders are right back in this thing. What a great pick.
Oh, yeah.
And then the run, the block set up defensively. Man, that was perfect. Shakes the tackle. And then again, just looking back up the field, got set up nicely there by Peterson, helping block like he's a fullback, and he does the rest. And then Herman O'Brien in for the touchdown. What a great play, great effort, and exactly what the Raiders needed.
Pellinger was down there too, blocking downfield, looking for somebody to hit. He was in on that thing too. He wanted to enjoy a little bit of the fun.
And that kid for through a game and a half. I mean, he wasn't even in the starting lineup the first game. Worked himself in, made numerous big plays, fought through cramping and all sorts of issues with the weather and everything. And he was awesome. And again today, even on that one play alone, turning himself into a blocker. Man, what a total 180 flip here, Jerry, in how you feel about this football game.
Oh, that's great. Now you put them back on defense again, and or put the Raiders on the defensive end here, and hopefully they can make another stop.
We've seen some big picks today by our guys.
What I like too, the fact that he did that pick six, that might slow down that middle screen.
Yes.
They may think twice about it now.
Yes.
I know some guy is playing. He's the spy back.
Good adjustment at the halftime.
Yep.
To get that players in the right spot, whether it's Herman O'Brien or any of the other guys in the linebacker secondary core. You got to be ready.
That's where you defeat that screen. Is you have a spy on the man that's going to receive the ball, and that's exactly what the Raiders did, and it paid off.
Play off him just enough.
Yep.
To make him say, all right, goad him into throwing it. Here's a good kickoff. High hop, taken at the 5 to the 10. 15, he's not even going to get to the 20. Raiders, my goodness. Best special teams defense of the season. And leading the charge downfield, number 80, Landon Johnson, a 6-foot, 160-pound junior, playing it there like he's 6'1", 200 pounds.
Nick, I saw 6 Raider jerseys around that tackle. That's the way you got to do it. Close in and just shut them down.
Time to get nasty, Raiders.
That's a little bit of sauciness there when he tossed them down.
I like this.
I do too. That's like we're playing now. We're in this game. Here we go.
Let's get nasty. I like this a little bit. This is something
fire
where we haven't seen a lot of that this game. But, yeah, a little gusto on the tackle. You know, like Jerry mentioned, when you get 6 guys down the field covering a kick like that, and you do not even allow them the 20, you're doing good things in high school sports, man. When it comes to football, holy cow. 8:30 to go. We're in the third quarter. A little slower moving than the first half. But the Raiders now within 7. Here's the handoff out near side. Not going to get too much. Kyan Esterby throws him out of bounds after Mancha, again, just kind of gets outside, gets a couple, and that's what they want, positive yards on first down.
But I tell you what, I like what Esprey is doing. He was out there on an island there trying to hold the edge, and he was tied up pretty good with the offensive player from Two Rivers, but he fought it off, and finally pushed their running back out of bounds.
Warriors near hash left to right. Still in their huddle. Awaiting the play from Altavilla, running it back in from the sidelines. Ball spotted, nose of the football on the 20. Second down and about 6. And under center is Altavilla, offset eye to the left side. They'll hand it off, and they're not going to get much as the Raiders again. Run defense has been their calling card through a game and a half, and they do it again, stuffing the middle with about 4 Hastings guys. Who's that? Is that Boardman again? Getting up off the bottom of the pile. No, that's 8. That's Kyan Esterby again. He's been all over the field tonight.
He's having a great second half so far. Yeah, the Raiders are getting very stout in their run defense.
Saw the Esterby's proud papa. Matt at school the other day. He's Dallas's principal, so it was good to see him in the swing of school again. All the kids so excited to see Principal Esterby, so special shout out to Mr. E. 7:41 to go, clock running, 21-14. We're in the third quarter here at Two Rivers. Raiders scoring the only touchdown so far second half. Little audible maybe here from Altavilla. He has split backs out of the gun. Back to pass, quick pass, and he has his man at the 30, first down. Pass is caught out the far sideline by Lonnie West. And that'll move the chains, gain of 14.
Nice zang play there, just a slant inside. Again, he's the only guy that can catch it. It's a quick hitter.
Yep.
And, he runs by 3-4 yards there, gets that first down. Nice fire.
First down. Yeah, some heat on that pass, too. Great catch, great run after the catch.
Yep.
First down and 10. Ball spotted at the 35. Close formation, though, out of the gun. 1 receiver to each side. Again, stacking that offset pistol. You don't see that formation very often. And now an audible again will go back under center. And then now he's going to go back out of the gun, utilizing a lot of the play clock here as well. Shotgun, back to pass, and Altavilla puts it up. It's caught, but he's down immediately. Lagerman at the 40, gain of 5. Second down.
Nice little pickup there by Two Rivers.
Got positive yards. And again, Altavilla really he took a lot of time in adjusting to the play he wanted. Got the positive gain. Second down, call it 4. 21-14, Two Rivers leading Hastings by a touchdown and an extra point. Second down and 4. Green Bay Packers were leading 6-0 at the end of 1 in Brazil. Offset eye under center. Altavilla hands off Mancha. Gets across the 45. Midfield, first down. Gain of 10.5, maybe 11. With the second effort, a Raider helmet comes flying, and now Two Rivers putting it back in gear. Probably Boardman.
Boardman loses his lid.
Of course.
Yep, he's in the middle of all that. Has to come out for one play because his helmet came off, so he'll get out, tighten up that chin strap, and get back in there again.
But that time, a good run, just patient, finding the hole and
following your blockers.
Yep, turning it into 10 and a first down. Needed only 4 on the run, but Mancha creates room for himself because he's so slippery.
He is. We're on the Raider side of the field now. We got to get a little tighter.
On the Raider 47, first and 10, Two Rivers near the right side hash. And the snap to Altavilla, fakes the pass, pumps, then throws deep. Scott Lagerman overthrew him.
Way overthrew him.
Had Lagerman in the end zone all by himself, but that one overthrown, and now second down and 10. But you know what? If you're Two Rivers, go for it, man, because you're going to open more things up now.
Take a shot. Yep, there was a little pump fake, a little get and go there, and our D-back, the cornerback bit on that fake, and he was wide open, but just way overthrew it.
West came back into the huddle as well, and it's like he told Altavilla, man, I was open too. And so maybe he'll keep an eye on him here as West splits out wide to the left. Offset eye right again, handoff Mancha, and he'll get to the line of scrimmage. And the Raiders, with a host of many, Jack Mosman, one of the sophomores in the mix.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Mosman. Very little gain. That's nice to see that. That's what we need right there. Now we got him third and long.
Yeah, got to make a stop. Looks like one of the Raiders might be banged up. Is that Esterby or Peterson? That's Peterson. Going to shake it off, a little stinger there.
Mm-hmm.
Third down, call it 9. Big play for the Hastings defense. One back in the backfield, and that's Verdeja who joins the party. Actually, that isn't. That's Mancha. Pass is put up. No, that was on the ground. That hit the ground. That's incomplete. Good idea, but incomplete. And that time he was looking for West, and that's just going to bring up fourth down and 9. And this usually you'd think is kind of the punting vicinity still, but Altavilla is, they're going to send on the special teams. So for a second there, I had thought that maybe Coach Orth would say, hey, let's give it a heck and see if we can get the first down. But instead, the Raiders will send back their punt crew, led by Zach Shattuck, who will be set to return it, now stationing himself around the 10, his own. Punt from Boykin, coming from near the 40, depending on the snap. Good snap. Boot is also good. That'll take a hop, a bounce, get in the end zone. It does, and the Raiders will start from the 20 instead of inside the 2 or something, and a flag, and it's, of course, by the Raider bench, and that can signal good things for Hastings.
And there's no one over there but white shirts, so that doesn't bode well for the Raiders.
And that'll be half the distance to the goal, and that'll move it to the 10-yard line to start your drive. You're just putting yourselves behind the 8 ball here.
Yeah, that's true. You can't have that. You need to get some positive yards here, and you can't start going backwards.
Guys, personal foul against Hastings. There was nobody over there, so it had to have been something out of a mouth.
Yep, they're not tolerating any of it, but I think that's probably one of the other ones was too, was just somebody's running their mouth. Can't do that.
Usually it would be a 15-yard penalty, but instead, because of the touchback at the 20, it'll be half the distance to the goal, meaning, like we said earlier, the Raiders are going to begin this drive at the 10-yard line.
So that is going to be
not ideal.
No, not ideal. You got 90 yards now. You got a long hill to get up to get to this next score.
Better put it in the end zone.
Yeah.
21-14. Raiders have a couple guys in motion. Everybody's set. We're good to go. Looked like we moved early. Instead, no. Handoff goes to Zion, who gets across the 15 to about the 17, gaining about 7 or so. So
that's great first down yardage on a very safe play, just right off between guard and tackle. And he cut it up inside, got a few guys to miss, and then carried a couple guys with him at the end. And that's what we need, is just a nice positive play on first down, make things manageable.
Some of these guys up front are really making a move here.
Yep.
I mean, the guys on the line are moving guys. Let's do it here, too. And Zion finds a little lane. He gets near a first down, push back. He's going to be short a yard or two.
Very close.
But a very good, positive play again. Yeah. Raiders trying to push that pile.
There you go. Methodical. That's what you got to do. Just methodical, work your way down the field. Nothing flashy, just work it down the field.
You are in zero hurry.
Nope.
There's no reason to force anything.
No, you got another quarter yet behind you here, so you just take your time and pound it down the field.
Raiders will work under center. We've had some under center stuff here tonight. Pro set, handoff, goes to Zion. He'll get the first down.
Uh-oh, ball came out.
Fumble. Oh, no. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my.
Two Rivers football.
Oh, boy, the Raiders did not need that. Put the ball on the ground. Wow.
Would have been a first down, too.
It would have been. A lot of hands in there reaching and grabbing and such, and you're fighting so hard to try to get that extra yard. Unfortunately, you just lost the handle. So, boy, Raiders are really in a tough spot now with Two Rivers having the ball at Raiders' 21-yard line. That's a very short field. This is going to be tough to come back from.
That's a tough, tough fumble.
Yep, that's not the time you need it deep in your own territory. And that's, you give him credit. He's trying to do what he can to try to make every yard there and get everything he can, but you got to secure that football.
That came out. Came out, no doubt. Birkin tried to get his hands in there, but it didn't matter.
No, there were 3 red shirts on top of him.
Well, this is you're in a tough spot.
It is. It's showtime right now to see what you got.
I don't even know what other way to explain it. But the Raiders are in the meat grinder.
Yep. They really got to tighten up right here. They can't allow any of those passes to occur.
The fumble deep inside Hastings territory gives Two Rivers the football at the 21, the Raiders 21, short field. 1st and 10 for Altavilla and Two Rivers. Like the interception that went for a pick 6 earlier, a turnover would be just magnificent here. Out of the shotgun. Man in motion to the near side. Altavilla will hand off Mancha. First guy got him and pulled him down. I thought he was just going to hang on to wait for a little bit of the rest of the patrol to join the party there, but a gain of minimal yardage. It'll be 2nd down and right around 10 still.
Nice tackle by Majedich. He was right in there. Came around from the backside, grabbed him from the waist, and would not let him go.
Right back to the line. 2nd down, 10 yards to go for Two Rivers. Altavilla brings the play back in. 2:48 to go. Clock runs. 3rd quarter of play. Raiders down 21-14, but after the turnover, Two Rivers driving deep. Out of the gun, long count. Altavilla looking across the line. Yeah, I was saying, is he putting a man in motion? He did. To the near side. There was a lot of confusion there from Two Rivers. They're going to take a timeout here at 2:25 to go. And yeah, you probably have to in that situation.
Yeah.
If you got that kind of confusion and this important of a point in the game, you got to make
HCTV Sports is supported by Merchants Bank. Merchants Bank is committed to supporting the families and businesses at the heart of their communities. Merchants Bank, let's dream together.
due to the fumble. Zion gave it back to Two Rivers, and now they are looking for, I hate to say at this point, a knockout blow, but Hastings knows, and we talked about in the pregame, it seems like every game is decided by, a possession, maybe two.
Right.
But this is something the Raiders got to find a way to take the ball back, force a field goal try, something. Let's get a little victory out of this. 2:25 to go, third quarter, plenty of time. But Two Rivers hasn't given much up to us either on the Raider side. Altavilla, man in motion, Lagerman across the line. Snap back to Altavilla, quick on the slant, alt left side, caught near the first down sticks. He's thrown back about 2 yards and a late hit.
Oh my! Frustration now on the Raiders side. Yeah, he was out of bounds. The ball, the play was clearly over. He stepped out of bounds, and then one of the Raiders guys spun him around anyway. Yeah, that's just tough. There's a little frustration showing now.
You can't win undisciplined football games.
No, you cannot.
No.
And that was a very nice design play when you had a man in motion and just kind of ran out in the flats there and just well designed. Hats off to the offensive coordinator for Two Rivers tonight. He's really designed some great plays.
And they've tried to throw it deep a couple times, lift the top off the Raider defense. Hasn't connected really, but you've seen a variety and really a wealth of playbook knowledge from this Two Rivers team.
Yeah, they have a plethora of plays that they can go to, and they really have had the answer so far.
No, it's not one or two or three plays, and it's predictable kind of a thing because you know each other so well. They've gone to the well a few times, and they got some stuff now in their back pockets. It's only going to help them.
That's right. They've scooped a couple out of that well.
First and goal from, this 5-6 yard line, somewhere in there. Under center, Altavilla, man in motion, Lagerman gets closer in the slot and resets. Altavilla rolls out right, has Lagerman wide open touchdown. Well, he made up for it earlier. He had the one go off his face mask. This one's a touchdown, and a touchdown for Two Rivers, and that's a huge one at that.
Certainly is. Yeah, our cornerback bit on the inside move, and he just turned outside. There was no one around him for at least 5 yards. Yeah, they're putting on a clinic on passing plays tonight.
So Altavilla, a touchdown pass, his second of the game, along with a touchdown run. It's 27-14, looking for the extra point, and Boykin is Two Rivers. Looks like they have their staff out there. Altavilla again will hold. He's had to deal with some high snaps here tonight. Boykin has still found a way to put enough on it to get it through. Snaps perfect this time, and so is the kick.
There it is.
So now 28-14. You still got enough time to get back in it, but it's going to have to be fast here, Jer.
Right, yeah, you're right. It's you're still in the third quarter, so we've got some time, but we've got to make plays and we've got to be perfect. We cannot have any mistakes. You can't have those, for lack of stupid penalties. You just can't do stupid penalties. I mean, you got to play disciplined football. Don't let your emotions get a hold of you. And that's kind of what's been happening with the Raiders. A couple of very crucial personal fouls that just you can't have.
And now down 2 scores are the Raiders on the road. The Two Rivers student section has been nothing short of raucous and fun all game long. Rest of the crowd, I mean, a pretty big crowd tonight on the home side, even on the away side. Raider fans really showed well on the quick drive.
I kind of have to laugh here. You're in West St. Paul and you got camo night down there for Two Rivers. They're doing camo. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, well, they're not as accustomed to hunting in their neck of the woods. Well, they're not even in the woods.
They're hunting Raiders right now.
That's about right,
My
Jerry.
goodness.
I think the Raider fans, I think they're wearing like lumberjack stuff.
Yeah,
so like they're all wearing
be.
black and red flannels and then they have the jeans on and stuff. Not sure what that's called.
I don't either.
Here's a little slippery kick that's going to get down to like the 2. Now you got to take it. Shattuck's in trouble, and he's going to get thrown back near a safety. He's down at the 1 yard line. What the heck?
I'm sure he was thinking that was going to go all the way to the end zone. It took a little skippity scoop, and it just stopped, and so they had to go back and pick it up. Again, live ball. And all the kick guys had the kickoff guys had gone past our returners. And
well, we might for the first time in my 22 years covering the Raiders have a kickoff be the play of the game.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, let's be honest. If the Raiders get safetied here, if the Raiders fumble the football,
right?
If the bad stuff happens, that was the play of the game.
Yeah.
Period. Because that's going to seal the deal.
Well, that's the backbreaker. It would be the backbreaker.
I mean, we have 14 minutes of football left here and a little break too. I mean, it's plenty of time, but my goodness, we're not doing any favors for ourselves. Oh no, Raiders run into each other in the end zone. Still some way. Zion gets out to at least the 5, and he is slow to get up too. He's down.
Yeah, he's staying down.
Oh boy, Raiders do not need that. It's a cramp.
Cramp, baby.
Yeah,
Yep, grabbing the old bottom of the foot and pushing her up. So
we know what that's all about.
We've seen that.
The Raiders will try to get their running back up off the turf here, but it's going to be a couple moments because those cramps take a little bit sometimes to get kind of out of those spots. And as I said that, up my foot in the bottom of my arch was starting to cramp up on its own. I'm like, trainer, come on, hey, I need you. But
they're kind of busy.
Yeah, like the calf stuff, Jer. I mean, I'm sure even in swimming. I mean, you've had those. I mean, what's that? I mean, when you're in the middle of a swim meet and you cramp up, I mean, man, that's the last place I'd want to be is in a pool.
I'm telling you, it's not fun. I had that happen one time. I was in a race and both my quadriceps just locked up. I pushed off the wall, literally my legs locked. It's like the excruciating pain. You got to keep trying to keep going, right? So you're basically dragging, your legs are just locked up like, I don't know, cement blocks. Not a good time.
No, I mean, because your legs down there are cramped up, so you're trying to use like your butt and your back muscles to move your body, and that you can't do that.
No, like I said, you just when those fronts of your thighs just lock up, you're just in excruciating pain, and you gotta keep going.
And I think Zion's feeling that too now. He's kind of feeling that, trying to come back to normal. That
he got a hitch in his giddy up.
Yeah. He might just need to take a seat for a while here and just get that out of there.
I agree.
We'll bring Shattuck in, I'm sure, who has been the kind of A2 back for the Raiders. Had a long run. Love to see him go 98 here or whatever it is. He'll fake the handoff. Foss getting chased to the end zone. And a pass nearly intercepted. He was looking for Marlowe's strain, but a D-back jumped that route too, and he almost made life very miserable for Hastings fans, but instead it's going to be third down, still too long, Jerry. This isn't a good spot to be in.
And again, Foss, he's had a couple problems tonight. He's throwing behind his receivers, which then it benefits the defense for Two Rivers because they're in the position to intercept that ball.
28-14 is your score. The Raiders are down by 14 points with 1:44 to go, third quarter, and Hastings will pitch out. They'll pitch out Shattuck, 5 to the 10, thrown down. Still going to probably be a punt here, Jer, because he can't give him the ball super deep. It is fourth and like a yard, but Coach Strain's saying, no, if you didn't get it, we got to boot it away.
You have to, play, try to get some field position here, and hopefully something good will happen on the Raiders' side. We could sure take a fumble recovery. That'd be nice.
Haven't had one tonight yet.
No.
Couple picks. Couple fun picks. Looks like one of the Warriors are cramping up too there. I think it's Hanrahan coming off. He had the pick earlier.
Yeah, he's got a bad ankle, looks like they're getting taped up.
Snap good, and that kick is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Fair catch at the 43 of the Raiders. That'll work.
Yep, we'll take that.
Kyan Esterby, nice little boot. Had some knuckle to it. Had some float to it. And that works. And now the Raiders will need to make a big play here.
Yeah, that kick could have been a little dangerous the way he was knuckling out there. You just never know how that thing's going to come off.
Jared, I've noticed now. It was one of the preseason games earlier on this year in NFL. They were talking about one of these punters who came over from playing Aussie League football or whatever, rugby.
Right.
And they kicked the ball almost on the nose of the football. And what that does is gives that weird knuckling effect. And we've seen guys, returners, through the preseason and now the first couple games already. Yeah, it's not an easy thing to field.
They struggle with that.
You're starting to see a lot more of that, folks, and that's just one of the new ways of doing stuff in football is Mancha will gain about 6 or 7 on first down. So far, though, Raiders, in 2 games, you've seen a lot of good things. This game, though, as opposed to last game, featured so many times where the Raiders have shot themselves in the feet with penalties. Well, last week, the penalties they had, if many at all, were very insignificant.
Right. Yeah, we made mental mistakes in execution last week. This week we're having these dumb penalties with personal fouls and things like that where we just, you got to check your mouth, you got to play ball and just, leave the extra stuff in your helmet.
Hopefully we can. 12 minutes of football left. We need 2 touchdowns. Raiders down to the Warriors, 28-14 after 3 full on KDWA and HCTV.
Whoa.
Hi, can I help you?
Yeah, my friend Jay and I are looking for our dream home, something big. Right now I feel like I'm living on top of him.
Great, let's talk mortgages.
Wait, your bank is looking
cozy. Yeah, we like personal interactions, but as you can see, our vault still has
afterburners on.
About 3 steps behind on that one.
Good news, Zion is running on the sidelines. He ran a couple little sprints. He should be back in. Boykin will try for the extra point. He's been perfect so far. He is 4 for 4. And he'll make it 35-14 with that one. That'll pretty much put the Raiders out of it.
You are correct.
I mean, that's...
With only 11:51 to go, to come back that many scores,
no.
Granted how the Raiders have been playing right now, that's a tall order.
No, I hate to be a pessimist. I mean, it would take a Hastings at Stillwater in the wind type of effort to do this kind of a comeback right here, but I don't have a 40-mile-an-hour wind blowing. No. I don't have snowflakes starting to fall, frozen hot dogs in the in the concession stand.
One minor detail, you need the athletes too.
And remember that with Kevin Lauer and some of those guys that could just hit.
Yes.
I mean, that group of guys was so much fun to cover, be around. Those guys adopted me into their covenant. I mean, I became part of their thing every game, and it was so much fun watching them guys grow and get better. And that was the good old days. And here's a squibber to the 15, picked up there. I think it's Laverne trying to get back to the 30, gets to the 31 and taken down there. And
nice little return. Those squibbers are always so dangerous, you just don't know it's going to take a quick hop on you at the last second or what, but filled it cleanly and got a nice little return out of that.
Crew Penny had the tackle on special teams. He'll run back out there into his linebacker spot here for this drive from the Raiders. 35-14, 11:45 to go in this one. It's going to be so tough to come back against this physical front down by 21.
Well, and you know that the only way to do it is to pass, and Two Rivers knows that as well.
They put Southwest in that situation last week, and things just fell apart for them. Here's a handoff that goes to Zion, steps around a man, and gets near a first down.
Yeah, boy, that's good to see him back running at full steam. Yeah, he doesn't have a hitch and giddy up anymore. He's looking good there now, so that's nice to see. Well, they're going to go first down.
Yep.
Nice.
Move
we'll
the
take
chains. First down Raiders. Ball spotted at their own 42-yard line. Got to hurry up, guys. You got 11:29 left. You can't just walk the play back in. Let's go. You want to still win this game, you got to move it. 11:20 to go here. Fourth quarter, 35-14. Two Rivers leads Hastings. Out of the pistol, back to pass. Lucas Foss, flustered a bit, takes off running. Flag on the play, going to come back. Lucas runs a man over with aggression. Love seeing that, but unfortunately it's going to come back.
Yep, you're right, all for naught. Nice hit at the end there, but it's going to be a holding on the Raiders.
My goodness, guys.
Yep, holding.
It's just not our night.
No,
it's not our
when
night.
your quarterback has to start scrambling like that, you know the offensive linemen are trying to do whatever they can to try to protect him.
And they can't be left on an island either, Jerry.
No, that's just it. That's exactly right.
I mean, there's no help side stuff. There's just no.
I don't know. I mean, I just watched that replay.
That's pretty weak.
That was very weak.
That was pretty weak.
I didn't see holding there.
That's baloney.
He pushed his man down.
No, that's football stripes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that was not holding at all.
No, that's
not from where that flag came from.
No.
The man he called definitely did not hold.
That's annoying. Raiders down 21, 35-14, 10:56 to go. Back to pass. Foss pulls it down now. He'll take off. Why not he do it again? He does, and another flag. And he runs into another guy, and this time it doesn't go as well as he meets up with LaFleur again.
Oh, laundry everywhere this time. My goodness.
Needs to settle down now. And Foss gets up slow, and he is slow over to the
he got
sideline.
Bedoinged on that one.
All right.
Let's see what the Zebras come up with
this might
time.
be offsetting.
Laundry.
Or is there two? Is there two against the Raiders?
Well, two from the back
guys,
judge.
Come on. No. It can't be two on us. Okay.
That just is not holding.
They call that a hold. And then what? Unsportsmanlike two? Yep. Against the bad guys.
Okay.
So these should offset, and it's going to be a redo. Yep. First down. Replay. The only thing that happens there is time comes off the clock.
Yep. So it's a benefit, even though it's a push, it's still a benefit for Two Rivers. That's not holding.
Yeah.
That one there might have been holding. Yeah, that other on the far side there could have been.
Still, that's ticky-tack.
It is very
ticky-tack.
It's not like he pulled a guy down. I mean, come on.
This is in the playoffs.
It's unfortunate when the refs want to take control of the game and they want to make that statement for themselves.
That's not what you're doing here.
No.
I mean, this is two teams that are rivals, both teams trying to find footing, figure out who they are and what they're going to become.
Like you said, it's football. Let them play.
10:37 to go. Fourth quarter. Back to pass again is Foss, tipped up in the air and nearly intercepted, and that is just how the second half has gone for us, Jer.
Wow. That was close.
So lucky for the Raiders.
You know, game of inches there. If he would have had it 2 inches higher, that would have gone for a great game on that middle screen. But, again, another inch lower, and it would have been a pick six. Because he had the screen was set up. He just didn't quite get it lifted up high enough.
My goodness.
Wow.
I haven't seen Two Rivers smack us around like this in years.
No, I haven't either. No, I agree with you.
Not like this. Not like this. 35-14, 10:29 to go in this one. Could be mercifully here. Back to pass. Foss, good toss into double coverage. Marlowe strained, did all he could.
Yep.
But he had everybody in the student body draped all over him.
Yeah, that's lucky that didn't get picked off. I mean, he had to play D-back right there to prevent it from being picked from the blind side. You know, your free safeties back there now for Two Rivers are just having a field day. They just get to sit back there and just pick out anything they want and go after it.
It looks like they're looking at a smoked pork brisket, Jerry. I mean, that's the same look I give when I go to Patax and I'm just drooling, waiting for my pork loin.
There you go.
Oh, my gosh.
Salivating.
That's not even a word. I mean, you're talking about Uncle Mike's good stuff. Hey, there's nothing better than that. Let's see if we can do it again here. Raiders need a first down, third and forever here. Let's see if we can get a first down. Out of the shotgun, bunch of receivers, tight left, back to pass. Here's Foss. He's hit as he throws it. It's still caught, and it's caught near a first down. You might as well go for it.
You have to go
here.
for it at this point. Why not?
Matt Foss makes the catch. Fourth down, 1 yard to go. You got to go, and you got to move it quickly because there's 10 minutes left.
Yeah, nice catch and just pull it down. He got a swipe of the hand there by the linebacker, but he able to bring it in and get close to the first down marker.
Molitor just there in time.
Yep.
You've seen some really good one-on-one tackles from this Two Rivers defense, too.
Yeah.
That's one thing that, we've talked about the Raiders gang tackling, but, man, you've seen Two Rivers tonight a couple times in open space, make some nice tackles. Close quarters. This time, Zion hits the pile. I think he got it.
I would agree. I think he got it.
Yeah, by a nose, he got it.
Mm-hmm. Got a good spot so far.
And this is where, thank you, because this is where our spot. Folks, if you're just joined us, Jerry and I are on the top of the press box tonight in open air. So we have just the best look in the entire stadium at what we got going on here.
That's right.
What's up? Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Back again here at Two Rivers. Nick Tuckner, Jerry Rupp, Dick Craig with stats coming up in our post game. We'll also have them for our weekend review. That'll begin Saturday morning at midnight and go through the weekend. Here's Foss pulling it down. Designed run. That's not happening. Gets maybe back to the line if at all possible.
Yep.
Still across midfield, but we got to hurry, guys. Every time we get into this pile here to get the ball reset, we're killing 30 seconds each time, Jerry.
Yep.
Let's go.
Now they're hustling up to the line.
There we go. A little pace here, fellas. Yep. Out of the gun, show some urgency. Pitch out. Zion, nice block. 45, 40, shakes a man. 35, 30, keeps going. Runs a man down to the 27. Great run there by Cole Zion, who continues to run those hard yards here for the blue and gold guys.
Nice quick pitch out there, and he found some blockers, and he just kind of picked his way through the defensive line of Two Rivers.
That just scared the Raider out of me.
Little fireworks out behind us.
But you know what I mean, Jerry, nowadays. It's just like, come on.
What you're saying.
Back to pass. That one's behind the receiver again. That's kind of been our
Lucas is kind of having a hard time getting it on timing. He's just throwing behind men.
I mean, Jerry, is it something where, like, as a quarterback, I mean, is it as easy as going in the backyard with the tire swinging, just repetitive, just keep working on hitting a spot, or what is that? I mean, I've never been a quarterback except for in backyard touch football, but other than that, man, I just don't know what you can do to make yourself better in accuracy other than those type of things.
And I think a strong step into the throw very strongly each time is going to help you out with your accuracy.
Don't want to see him throw off his back feet, things like that where you can't get the good power behind it. Here, back to pass, Foss. Not a big rush. What is going on there? Threw it across his body.
There again, now he was on his back foot, leaning backwards, and threw kind of a sidearm. Yeah, it just was not real good mechanics.
No.
I mean, he's trying. He's trying to do whatever the heck, but it just wasn't very good mechanics. You're not going to – it's a very low, percentage of completion there. All right, 3rd and 10.
Let's get in there.
Yep.
Get in there, boys.
It's a good sign to crack one open again here.
That's just going to happen. We got number 1, a little long run here.
Yep.
2nd down, call it 3rd down, call it 10. Out of the gun, back to pass. Foss, no, they're going to pass here. They're not going in. There's no white and blue shirts anywhere in the vicinity.
No.
4th down.
Yep, 4th down. Yeah, the throw across the center of the field is just not, advised right now because, I mean, if your accuracy is struggling tonight, you're throwing into double coverage, triple coverage. There's just so many red shirts around there that it's just ill-advised.
The safeties, again, are looking at lunch.
Oh, they are. They're just drooling over that lunch.
I'm trying to think about which of our sponsors I'm going to get lunch from here after the game. It's about that time.
Serious.
Start talking about it. All right, now it's really the game. 4th down, 10 to go. Raiders in deep, looking for at least a 1st down. They're going to get it. Maybe. Caught.
Nope.
Not 1st down yardage.
Nope.
Pass was caught there by number 2, Johnny Vickney, his first reception of the year, but he's short of a 1st down, and Two Rivers can just run this clock out, Jerry Rock.
Yeah, pretty much they can. Yeah, that was a long throw across field there, so he threw it probably 25 yards across field. It took too long, and again, the cornerback was just waiting. All you had to do was just tackle him, keep him in front of you, and get that, stop him from getting the 1st down.
We hope to be joined by Coach Strain after the game later on for part of our coaches show. I know the first half we wanted to have the football team on. For surely in the second half, Coach Joe Rebay of the Hastings cross-country running teams, he did join us as well, so he'll for surely be part of our coaches show, talking about the Dewey Minard Invitational that was run yesterday at St. Croix Bluffs, and the Raiders were fantastic. And they had a great showing as well from Linnea Haler, Linnea Ronning, second overall. Linnea Haler was a great softball player, by the way. And that one handed off here up the middle and not getting much there is Two Rivers. As we said, they want to try to run the clock out as much as they can. But, yeah, Linnea Ronning, boy, she has just continued to get better and better on the pass for the Raiders. Some of their young guys have really stepped up, folks, too. Some of these freshmen, even a couple of kids that came out for cross-country that, never did anything as a sophomore or junior. Now all of a sudden they come out as seniors just to try something, to hang out with their friends, and they're doing well, Jerry. I mean,
that's
stories
cool.
like that we're going to hear tomorrow morning, and that's what we want to hear. Kids
so
just
cool.
being active, buddy.
Yep, I agree. That's the thing about high school athletics, just being involved and getting in there and doing something.
I remember the days of the hot tub committee or whatever with Coach
Hot
Rupp
tub
teaching
club.
them hot tub club, teaching them how to swim. I mean, that was some of my most favorite chats with Jerry at Perkins on a Saturday morning. This is going to be against the Raiders. It's going to be offsides.
Yep. They got him to jump.
Things just...
No, yeah, the old hot tub club, great.
Remember
we had guys
that?
over there hiding out in lane 6, sitting there in the corner and just trying to hide from Coach.
Yeah, well, they did. But you know what, Jerry, like you said, I mean, every time you and I talked, it was one of those kids improving or
Yes.
doing something to get better. And it's like that. Those were the stories that made the fun that we had for so many years.
Right.
So a shout out to the old hot tub club. And
you know who you are.
you know who you are. We still see you out there in Raider Nation. Once a Raider, always a Raider. And now a couple of guys moving in motion again for Two Rivers as they are going to start 2-0. And this is maybe one of the first 2-0 starts they've had in quite some time. So Coach Orth and their squad, man, things looking up, especially at the rest of that schedule they played last year, finishing 7-2. Well, they're probably going to be up close to that this year, folks, if not better. Here's a handoff, Mancha again. He's going to find a little more room, and he'll get a first down and continue to move the chains and the clock
sticks.
and
Yep.
try to kill this thing out with the Warriors leading 35-14.
Yeah, very convincing tonight. The Warriors have just done a great job on all phases of the game. I mean, especially their passing game. They're a force to be reckoned with when they're throwing the ball.
And Two Rivers will take plenty of time in getting to the line, and I don't blame them.
Nick, look at the size of those offensive linemen on Two Rivers. Those guys are just a couple, like 3 or 4 size of beef. They're just huge.
Well, it reminds me of the guys in, what's that? What's the movie with Keanu Reeves, The Replacements?
Yes,
right?
yes.
A couple of those guys like Faison Love and some of these guys the actors that played these linemen just perfectly, they remind me of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, when you mold a couple of guys after professional style of linemen, I mean, you get what you're seeing out there with Owatonna and Two Rivers, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, beefy. We got an injured player here.
Injured
so
time
that'll
out there
stop
on a
the
player,
clock.
yeah.
Another crap.
Yeah, he might be grabbing his knee.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
See if he can get up.
I don't know. I look at maybe he's stretching something.
Maybe, yeah, it might be just stretching.
There we go. Yeah, could be crap.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's getting chilly. I mean, Jared, this is, we got up here and the sun was shining after the rain hit us.
Yeah.
And we're like, man, the sun, it's still kind of warm. And you said, just wait until the sun goes down. They said, we're going to have 20 minutes of just beautifulness, and then it's going to drop like a rock. And boy, my thermometer definitely says at this time, we are a little bit chilly.
Is that kind of like a thermometer in a turkey when it pops out? It tells you something?
Yes, that's exactly what that is, Jerry.
Okay.
And I can tell that when I go fishing, and it gets too windy, and my wife points it out all the time.
If you people only knew.
But that's the fun, Jerry. People ask us all week, what do you guys, and then off the air we can actually tell them what we were talking about.
Seriously.
Then the laughs go, and people are like, oh, yeah.
Talking, bow echoes and raisins and water.
Remember that?
And airplanes. And
We got, I don't want to say complimented for talking about bow echoes, but we were accosted with people saying that we didn't know what those were. Here's a handoff that's going to go off left side, and this time Mancha's not going to go anywhere, and a little late tackle perhaps, but that's just a little aggression. I think Raiders trying to get out of their blood here. But
yeah, unfortunately, we were vindicated when unfortunately that EF0 went through Hastings. Like we knew what we were talking about.
Yeah, we did prognosticate.
Who'd you say?
Predict.
Ken Barlow was a guy you?
Paul Douglas.
Paul Douglas.
Yeah.
Grew up on.
Yeah, and it was fun because back in the day he'd work on CCO. And not on the TV but on the radio.
Yeah.
And I'd stay up so late doing games and whatever, and that'd be all it's on. And he'd have his little updates. And Dark Star, late Dark Star, one of the best men I've met in the business over the years. He would always say, we're going to send it over to P. Diddy. So he called like little names like that and stuff, and Paul would just eat it up, right? I mean, he was always just right there, and one of my faves, no doubt about that. Back to pass is going to be Altavilla on the run now, and he puts it up. What a great pass. Nearly intercepted, though. Raiders had a man there, and Ashton Arns, who came in there, a junior, almost got a pick that he'd always remember.
Yeah, he did. He was very close.
Raiders getting some of the subs in there, too, and I think Two Rivers kind of doing the same thing here on and off.
Mix it up. There's no question as to the outcome of the game at this point. So get some guys a chance to play, get some game experience. I mean, again, you can practice, but when you do game experience, you learn so many things.
But I'm going to tell you this. Next Friday's not going to be easy. You got to go to Matamidi.
Oh,
and I hate
you're
going
right.
to Matamidi.
Yeah.
Everything about that trip makes me ill.
And that's a heck of an atmosphere to play in up there.
Oh, it's so awesome. But, like, if you're a Hastings fan, it's the worst thing. Time out on the field as Jerry and I ramble, 4:45 to go in a 35-14 game. Just noting, too, one more thing. That Jerry and I have actually gone up there a couple times during homecoming.
Oh, my gosh.
And that is what makes it even that much more of a party. And literally, folks, when you drive into that back parking lot, you see people tailgating. You see the kids all just jamming to their favorite tunes, going from car to car and saying hi to their buddies. I mean, that up there on homecoming especially is something that I think every high school football fan has to go check out a time or two, whether you're blue and gold or playing or not.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You see that atmosphere of homecoming. Everybody is just so happy and just having a good time. That tailgating, like you said, and there you see a few almost floats coming through there in that back parking lot. And it's just such a cool high school atmosphere. They have the perfect location for it. It's fun.
Can't wait to reunite with one of my good buddies in the conference, and Aaron Forsyth, AD over there, and gotten to know him. Actually covered games of his, believe it or not, back in the day. He's that young, I should say. He's that young. Here's the snap. Punt is high in the air. This will not be fielded. It might be in a moment. They're going to let it bounce.
Yep.
The Raiders will take this 438 and see what we can do with it. Call it 434, 433, 32. Well, now they stop it. Not really that it matters here. It's pretty elementary the rest of the way. But, yeah, it's going to be fun next week. But I know on the field it's going to be as tough as it gets. Never easy to play Matamidi, a team that will run you to death and then all of a sudden hit you with an 80-yard touchdown pass when you're sleeping. And it's one of those teams that always has a tough defense. I mean, it's the total package. And next weekend we got to be ready, Jer. I mean, you come from this game to the next week, you're stepping up a notch here, and the Raiders got to realize that.
They're a well-coached club, and so they're going to do everything, all the phases of the game. They're going to be on point. And so we need to look at a lot of game film and really figure out what they're doing and try to counter it.
We'll see what I think Matamidi, they did win again last night as this handoff will go nowhere for Laverne. I think they beat Central last night like 40-12. They won their first game as well. So Matamidi will be 2-0 with an extra day of rest by the time we see them next week up there next to the water tower. And like I said, I don't know if it's homecoming. Usually homecomings are like 4th, 5th, 6th. So not the third game of the year. Although we've seen weirder things. And
true.
It'll still be a festive atmosphere. It always is, folks. Like I said, if you've never done it, next week's the time to do it and hopefully cheer our Raiders on to have a little more fun than the last 2 weeks. Here's a pitch out. Laverne steps across the 15 and drags a guy near the 20, pulled back, called the 18. 35-14, Raiders trail. Whistle on the field here for an injury. Laverne is still down. So now Coach Strain will hustle out. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, boy, he might have gotten one in the belly maybe.
Yeah,
the wind out of him?
Initially they had him by the shirt tail and was pulling backwards, and then he must have got an extra hit there while he was kind of defenseless, kind of stood up.
Well, tomorrow morning, like I said, we'll have for surely Joe Rebay of the Hastings Raiders cross-country running team with an update on the cross-country squad, but we're hoping still to have Coach Strain at least to do a quick little recap of this one. Sometime between now and midnight, we'll try to put that all together for you for tomorrow morning at 9:05 a.m. Brought to you by Perkins of Hastings, Dr. Tyler Rohr at Hastings Family Dental Care, and Sarah Wasvik of Catalyst ARP in Hastings. Great way to get yourself back on the field quickly. Is the Raider in Isaiah Laverne still banged up a little bit, being looked at? The Two Rivers Warriors all on a knee to the right side, and it looks like Laverne will sit up, and that is great news in its own right. Can't tell if that plane flying over is a fruit stripe plane like we saw that one earlier.
Koala or whatever.
That was kind of fun. But, yeah, I mean, there's not much else for the Raiders to, I don't want to say capitalize on here tonight, but the start of the game, the first half was good, and again, building blocks. You played a good half of football. Now we got to find a way to play two halves against one of the better programs in the state year in and year out.
Yeah, well, and like you said, at this point, the best thing we can do is try to get out of here relatively injury-free. Laverne got one there. He's not putting any weight on that left leg, so I don't know if it's ankle or knee, but that's unfortunate for him. Got a couple of carries there, get a chance to get in the game, and then got twisted around.
Good news from the Cardinals. 3 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Wow. Boy, the Raiders could use that.
Huh.
They lead now 28-6 at Altoona, so that's going well. And here's a run out left side. Raiders will gain a couple, and then a little late hit there as well. That's Shattuck on the carry. But yeah, Prescott, man, 65 points last week, Jerry.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? You put 47 on the board against the number 2 team in the state. Then you host a Durand team that's one of your biggest rivals now non-conference. I get it, but you still know each other so well.
Right.
And he scores 65 and 55 of them came in the first half alone. I mean, that is 44-0 first quarter. You think that our game
beatdown
last week was tough.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
For Prescott to do that, and we still haven't found out if that is the school record for points. At least in a half, it's got to be 44.
I tell you, all the years I've been doing this with you, it's fun to hear Prescott having a great season so far.
Me too, buddy. I mean, and that's what really has been, I don't want to say a savior in football so far this year, but really it has been. I mean, this team is opening eyes and quickly at that, and now if they can, as they down it at about the 47-yard line, Raiders will take it. Or I should say Two Rivers will take it. But, I mean, when you're putting up that kind of points and you're playing that kind of defense, it's not just a whim, right? I mean, you got to think that there's something to it, and now you're playing against another 2-0 team who's darn good in Altoona, and a team that hangs their hats, a state championship coach that knows defense, and going in there now leading 28-6. You're going to go to 3-0, and this could be a fun run on that side, Jerry. It really
definitely
could be.
That side of the river is going to have some fun this fall.
They already are. Cardinal Girls Golf, the defending 4-time state champions, 4 in a row.
That's amazing.
And now they are in Division I, so they went up to the bigger schools. And they're still winning everything. They play second and third in 2 of the biggest big school tournaments in the state in Green Bay, also in Madison right after Labor Day. It's just amazing what Coach Soleil and these girls continue to do over there. If you haven't checked them out, check out our interview with Coach Chad Soleil this weekend at KDWA.com. It's just unbelievable what they're doing. Cross country's going nuts. Volleyball just started over there. Dance team's going already with their fall season. It's just a lot of fun, folks, and we got lots of Prescott stuff at KDWA.com as they continue to have a fun fall. Now we'll have, I believe, yes, we do have a new quarterback in the game. Under center this time. I believe he's a number in the 20s. Hey, 29, I won't forget that number as a handoff goes up the middle. Well, let's see who 29 is, though, and that is Julian Ryschlitsky, and he is a sophomore, 5'9", 160, maybe the future heir apparent to Altavilla, who's a junior. they're going to eat the rest of this clock. 2:05 to go, and they're going to go on to jump to 2-0. Two Rivers. Raiders will go to 0-2, and they have Matamidi on deck next Friday at Matamidi.
More the meat grinder.
It's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Moving players around the line, offset eye left side. Handoff up the middle, won't get much. Raiders have a plethora of players there to make the play, including Hunter Hoff, amongst others, including number 40 Ryder Ashcraft. He is one of the juniors at 6'2", 170. And third down and long with 1:22 to go. And a couple plays should do it here, Jerry.
Yep. Well, it's nice to see this second team D get in there and get some plays. Again, get a taste for game experience, and so far they've done really well with it.
And hey, shout out to Coach Orth and his team. You know what? I mean, we're rivals. Yes, I get it, but I've had so much respect for this program since I started doing this job 20-some-odd years ago, and Coach Orth's been there the whole way, and I just, like I said, I have the utmost respect for him and his staff, and hats off to them tonight, and hats off to them. Hopefully they can run the table and have some fun here this year. Back to pass on the run, putting it up Rositsky, and that one's out of play. Off some hands near the dial it down with 42 seconds left. They'll have to at least kick it away here.
Probably two more plays.
Dick Craig will have your statistics after this one, if we can find him a light somewhere. I'm going to have to pull out the old phone light for Dick here. And
exactly.
We'll have that for you coming up. Almost 9 o'clock, KDWA Hastings, AM 1460, FM 97.7, and FM translator W249DK. We welcome you to Two Rivers for a couple more moments anyway. Raiders down 35-14, looking to cap this one off. Prescott leading 28-6 with 3:30 to go in their game up in Altoona. It's hard to believe they're going to finish right around the same time we are.
Yep.
And no gain there. They're just going to turn it over on downs to the Raiders. And now Charles Ryschlitsky, he's the senior. Oh, I wonder if they're brothers. Maybe,
well,
maybe not.
Maybe.
Oh, I just got a text from Zach Hodgson telling me, tell me you have Jaden Reed. He got plucked in front of me in my fantasy draft on Labor Day, so no, I do not. Unfortunately. Oh, boy. Well, his Packers must be doing something. Vikings will play the Giants. Nothing much going there either. And we'll probably just run the clock out here. Yeah, I think that'll probably do it. They're going to try to run another play. Not sure if it will be anything
at this point
big here. Yep.
No.
Go to the downs for fun. Post route.
Yeah.
Nope. We're going to flip out a little pitch out left side, and that will do it. And I believe that was Swoboda on the carry. That'll do it. Raiders fall 35-14. Not the way we wanted to play here tonight, Jerry. Got a good first half, but as you and I both know, you got to play a complete game, and unfortunately tonight, the Raiders were just unable to do just that.
Well, we saw some things again that we know we can work on for next week, and they're going to have to watch a lot of game film and see where their mistakes were, where their deficiencies were, and try to pick it up and, get some answers.
Well, buddy, I will send you to the lake. You go have some fun, get on the tune. Hopefully, it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, right around 70. It sounds like a pretty good boating day.
I'll be cleaning my pontoon while I'm tuning in the morning for the coaches show.
I like it.
App.
I hope Jerry listens in the morning. We'll have some fun.
I'll be out there scrubbing away, blowing the whistle like, Popeye. And
I'm going to say goodbye to Jerry. I want to thank Hunter Pinky, Ian Andrzak, Ben Brannon, Grant Seaman, Tori Sellner, all on cameras and all that fun stuff. Hunter Pinky, graphics, replay, producer, director. He does all that fun stuff. Special thank you to everybody that was watching alongside our radio broadcast. For our TV watchers, we'll send it back to the studio. And for your radio listeners, you stay tuned. Dick Craig stats are coming up right after this. Raiders fall 35-14, and you heard it on KDWA.